And listen, guys, I got the new deodorant. We're going to make an announcement for the new deodorant I keep telling you guys about. We got that package. The launch is going to go down in about 2 weeks. In about 2 weeks. This is a big thing, man. The deodorant we got is real fly. It's based on our culture. This is so fly. We even have a little booklet that goes with the deodorant. That's how thorough and that's how important this is. So yeah, we got a big launch, a big announcement for that. That's going to launch in a couple of weeks. This is going to be the hottest thing on the streets, man. Our deodorant is going to be like the new crack. That's how hot it is. That's how thorough it is. You guys are going to love it, especially musty niggas. Y'all are really going to love it. It's going to be a life changer. If you are musty, dusty, and crusty, this is going to change your life. We're going to alleviate the must out here in these streets. You guys are going to love me. It is so fly. I was doing some testing on it, man. I put some on. What day was it? Like Thursday, and I just tried to wait and see how long I could wear it without replenishing. Dude, I had that stuff on for like 48 hours. I did an experiment. I didn't bathe for 48 hours, which is unusual for me. I take like 2 baths a day, but I wanted to experiment. And I put it on and left it on for 48 hours. No must in sight. I stayed fresh. This thing is serious. Now, I did wash my ass afterwards, but I'm saying I'm making sure everything is straight up and down. You guys are going to love it. This is a game changer. We're going to change the game out here with this deodorant. And it's real fly. I just cannot wait for you guys to just experience the launch that we have, and it's going to be in a couple of weeks. And by the way, everybody, come on out to the Hidden History Museum if you're in LA. We got another event we're going to do I think the second week in August. That's going to be the next event. I'm trying to see what we're going to do. If we're going to do another poetry slam, I was thinking about doing a rap battle, or a talent show, just a basic talent show. So y'all throw some ideas at me on what we can do for the next event. I want to expand, though. The poetry thing was good, but I kind of want to expand. I don't want to just focus on the herbal tea crowd. And some people were saying, well, you might not want to bring in the rap crowd because, we don't want to, we that might bring another raunchy element or whatever. I don't know. I'm open to a lot of stuff, but I digress. Few things we're going to touch on, and shout out to everybody coming in the room. I posted up a link, man, about 30, 45 minutes ago, and that confirmed what we've been saying. The affirmative action thing, I've been telling people that ain't every foundation of Black Americans. We ain't tripping on that. We're not tripping on them gutting affirmative action. And when they did the affirmative action toss out, everybody was looking at us. They were like, hey, how you guys feel? They thought we were going to be all downtrodden. They thought we were going to be kicking and screaming and moaning and boo-hooing. Notice that when they gutted affirmative action, everything was all about how are we going to react to it. People were kind of doing the Birdman hand rub, thinking that they were going to stick it to us and we were going to start crying. And they thought they going to really, really pull the rug from under us. And we were like, meh, that we didn't trip on that. And now Washington Post, they did a poll and they said that, hell, most Black Americans approve of them getting that bullshit out of here, which is what we've been saying. We ain't tripping on no affirmative action. That's not hurting us because we haven't benefited from it. We know what the effects of affirmative action is. Nothing. And most of us, as the polls are saying, we're like, good riddance. Get that nonsense out of here. And let's talk about these reparations for our lineage. We're talking about lineage-based things now. So we're glad, many of us are very glad affirmative action, they're getting some of that stuff up out of here. It doesn't benefit us. It's one of those catch-all programs that lifts up minorities and people of color and all of that nonsense. And we're just not on that vibe no more. We ain't on that bag. We're very laser focused about our lineage. And Clarence Thomas, he wrote something in one of the documents specifying that affirmative action and the tangible set asides and benefits is supposed to be for descendants of freedmen. So sometime a clock is right twice a day, and sometimes a coon is right twice in his life. And Clarence Thomas is actually correct on that. Sometimes you got to give credit where credit is due. Sometimes a coon will get it right. He got it right on that. Affirmative action, that's supposed to be for the descendants of freedmen, foundational Black Americans. And the reason why a lot of us are not tripping on it is because they, the dominant society, they didn't expect us to be on our square. They didn't expect us to focus and rally around our lineage. Because the thing is, man, we've rejected a lot of the Pan-Africanism mindset. That's why notice the Pan-African people, like the N-Cobras and all of these people, they're having hissy fits because the name of the game was to sell us the Wakanda package. To tell us, well, this ain't really our home, and there's a beautiful Wakanda in the middle of Africa, and oh, if we pray and we get to go home one day, fuck all that. There ain't no Wakanda. Ain't no Wakanda over there. The Wakanda is here. We're gonna make the Wakanda happen right where we are. It ain't nothing popping over there, unfortunately. And I'm not trying to denigrate any African brothers and sisters, but they know that's why they're over here. There's nothing popping over there. There is no Wakanda. When we go over there, unfortunately, we're getting finessed. I saw a video earlier where they're over there in the Gambia. There's Black American women going over there and then getting killed. I'm telling y'all, man, this is why I stopped. I couldn't. I couldn't run game on folks. I had to stop with the global kumbaya, man, because that was putting a lot of people in jeopardy. And I wasn't going to sit up here and lie to people. See, a lot of people who are in the educational or historic empowerment community, or supposed to be empowerment community, there's this whole emphasis on prioritizing Africa and Pan-Africanism. And I'm like, hey man, that really ain't it. And the one who woke me up to that was Dr. Claude Anderson. To be honest, if y'all remember, there's an interview that I did with Claude Anderson on my broadcast. I want to say around 2016, something like that. I got to find it. I'm going to repost some of it one day. And he kind of woke my eyes up to it because I was talking to him about on air. Hey man, should we really build something with the folks in Africa? Is that important? He was like, oh no, no, that's useless. We can't do nothing with them over there. Claude Henderson kept it a buck. He was like, man, we can't do nothing with them over there. No, we got to get things popping here. And it's just not happening over there. They got to get it together over there themselves. We got to do what we need to do right here. We got all the resources. We got the numbers. We can get it popping right here. And he was the one who was talking about how he would use the term Native Black Americans, how we are exceptional people, which we are. And once we start focusing on our lineage and our foundational Black American culture, look at all the stuff that we accomplish, man. We get stuff done. We start getting things popping by consolidating our power. See, the thing is, we're told in order to be powerful, we have to open up the door and let everybody in. No, that makes you weak. That makes you weak, ladies and gentlemen. That's just like drugs. When you start cutting the drugs up with everything, you weaken the drug. When you get some cocaine and you start putting baking soda and you start putting fentanyl and you start cutting it and stepping on it with all of these additives in order to try to stretch it out, you weaken it. It ain't pure no more. But the pure, uncut raw, that's the most highly prized. I'm just using a drug reference just for visuals, psychological visuals. I'm not promoting any drug use. So if there's any crackheads in here, I don't want to trigger a relapse. Okay? So let me use another reference. Let's use coffee. How about that? Because I don't want to trigger. I'm talking about drugs, and there's somebody trembling right now with a pipe. Like, oh Lord, this shit be calling me. Tariq gonna put the white horse back on my shoulders. No, I'm not trying to get you back on the white horse, my nigga. I know people struggle with the narcotic, you know, but coffee, if you put a bunch of stuff in coffee, that weakens the coffee. If you start putting cream and caramel and milk and honey and all of these additives, it's no longer coffee. It's a goddamn latte. And a latte is not coffee. It's not real coffee. You know, you weaken things by putting a whole bunch of other stuff in it, but when you leave stuff alone and just keep it raw, keep the nucleus there, that's where the strength is. And we are looking at our strength. When we consolidate our foundational Black American culture and focus on that, we are strong. We're very powerful. We've been weakening ourselves, opening up the door with this whole minority nonsense. Well, we got who's this white guy in here? All right, let's get this real Chris Brunette. Chris Brunette. Well, what happened to you, Chris? I was going to let you in. When I acknowledged him, he ran. What happened, Chris? I was going to let you in here, brother. Who was real Chris? You raised your hand to get on. I pushed the button to let you on. You must have did it by mistake when I called your name. You're like, hey, fuck, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, God. I was trying to get it. I should have had on my Finsta account. It was a white man who had his real account. He meant to log on to his fake Finsta account, but he pretends to be a black woman. His other screen name is Shaquanda Jenkins. So he's about to log on to that. All right, so my bad, dude. All right, let's get what's your name? Evandro? Let's get Evandro in here. Because we got a lot of folks in here. What's up, Tesla? I see you. I see you out there in them streets thirst trapping, Tez, but I like Tesla's thirst trapping because it's not disrespectful. You ain't showing too much. You're still a mother. You know how to do it right before it gets stanky. That's how you do it. Tesla know how to thirst trap right before it gets stank. Y'all women need to learn something about that. Right there on the cusp. Some of them just take it over the line. Just stank, stank, stank. Learn from the real women out here. You can thirst trap without it going over the stank line. Eva, what's your name, brother?
Avandro.
Avandro, how you doing, sir?
Chilling, man. How you doing,
I'm
Tariq?
good, brother. What's on your mind, my brother?
No, chilling, man. No, I kind of, I get the FBA position. You know what I'm saying? Like globally, like where do you guys fit in terms of the diaspora? Being having the worst stereotypes and at the same time being culturally and globally one of the most important African groups.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's in between, right? It's like a seesaw. You get both sides of the right. You get the best of the best and you get the worst of the
Right,
worst.
right.
So it's an interesting position. One thing I always wondered, so it's like being like FBA, when you meet another foundational Black American from a different state, like a completely different region, like say you from Florida and you meet somebody from
Right.
California, is, is there a cultural connection between the
It
two?
is because see the thing is, all of us originated somewhere in the southern states. Almost all of us. A lot of people in California, they started coming out here after World War II. Many people from California, they have roots in Mississippi, Louisiana, and Texas. Um, in New York, a lot of black people have roots from North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia. So there's always that connection. So even if we're from different states, we have relatives somewhere in the South, and that kind of solidifies our foundational Black American lineage, and we have a commonality there. So we know we can tell we know who's who, and we can kind of feel each other's vibe, you know. But it's all love. It's all love. All right, let me get my brother Afro Elite on real quick. Brother Afro Elite, hop on, sir. Afro Elite. Yes, sir. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. What's on your mind, brother?
Well, first off, I want to apologize if the audio is a little weird because I'm at the gym. But
Okay, good. Yeah.
I wanted to talk about the affirmative action thing that you brought up. I feel as if it's the thing is white supremacy. They make mistakes sometimes, and sometimes they cut their nose to spite their face.
Yeah.
Now, what's happening with the Asians and the fact that they're pretty much getting the boot, that's going to help in the long run because they're going to have to drop well, they're minorities too. So if they can do it, why can't you do it? Because the narrative that they've been going with is they got where they are because of family values and working hard and going to school. And sorry, and they don't get any help. They're not asking for a handout. And
Yeah.
everything they get, they deserve. But with affirmative action going away, and they're getting knocked down a peg, they can't continue with the narrative that all of this is their merit now. So
Right.
that's going to help us in the long run.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man. Very good point, brother. And listen, y'all remember a few weeks ago, I was talking about how when you help certain people and you don't expect anything in return, the people will get resentful because at that point, if you don't require anything in return, you just help them out. That means they have to show gratitude towards you, and then they got that hanging over their heads. And a lot of people, they don't like that pressure of having to owe somebody something. They don't like that pressure. These people know they owe us. So they have to do little gaslighting, disrespectful things to get out of the whole notion of owing us after we've done so much for them. And I'm talking about this in relation to the Asian community. The foundational Black American community, we've always helped the Asian community. During World War II, during Vietnam, y'all got to remember, we got to jog everybody's memory. You had people like Huey P. Newton, people like the Black Panthers, who were going over there, standing in solidarity with the Asians over there, saying, hey, we don't need to have a war against these people. There were prominent Black people speaking out against the U.S. imperialism against the Asians over there in Vietnam and Korea and all those other places. One of the most influential foundational Black Americans at the time was Muhammad Ali. That man was on top of his game and put his career on the line to say, hey, I'm not going to go over there and harm them people. Do you know how honorable that type of shit is for a top notch, A list, foundational Black American icon at the height of his career to put his career on the line for a group of people across the seas? He said, I just don't want to go over there and harm them. That's not an honorable thing to do. Nobody over there would stand up for us like that. They haven't then and they won't now. They've never stood up for us like that. This is why Muhammad Ali has continued to be an icon for standing up for people. And also, we saw him stand up for the Asian community. So when many of them came over, remember, it was us supporting them. White people weren't really rocking with them, and they still don't really rock with them like that. When those kung fu movies started popping in the late 60s, early 70s, who was going to see those movies? We're like, hey, that's another oppressed minority. Those are people of color like us. They're fighting against imperialism and white supremacy. So we want to lock hands. We want to support what you do. We respect y'all fighting against that in your movies. That's what a lot of the themes of those kung fu movies were. So we rock with you. We supported their movies. We supported their restaurants. We supported them liquor stores that they set up in the neighborhood. We didn't discriminate against them. We welcomed them with open arms. We supported their nail shops. We fed them, and then in return, there's a lot of disrespect. What we get is a Peter Liang situation where they all rally together to support Peter Liang killing a brother. You see? So we've done so much for all of these different groups. And when we don't require anything from them, they'll sit around and turn on us. And we got to start requiring stuff from people. We got to start saying, hey, man, y'all need to come through with something. If y'all want us to stand in solidarity with you, fall through. See, the thing is, with black folks, there's a lot of black folks with low self esteem. So we're just happy with getting a little sexual access. So what they'll do, they'll throw a couple of the scallywags our way and let us lay up with them. And we think that's some tangible benefit. Let's keep it above. Let's keep it above. A lot of Negroes and Negresses think that sex with an Asian person or a Latino person or somebody who's non-black, you think that's something exotic and something very sexy. You think you're doing something. You're not. Take your ass down there and get you some chitlin eating Negro and lay up with them and be happy. Find you a foundational black American who eat pig feet, greens, and lay up with them. That's exotic too. Or get you a big country exotic nigger from Atlanta somewhere. All right. We need to find and recognize the exoticness in us. And if you go to Atlanta, be sure that it's a men. If you're going down there to get a woman, be sure it's a woman. T.S. Giselle is in Atlanta. Okay. So make sure, if speaking of Atlanta, you got to check the pipes on the furnace. All right. Because there's a lot of funny style stuff going down there. All right. But I'm just saying. Let's see. We got a lot of folks in here. Um, let's get we got this Himim. This is look like a Somalian guy. What's up, Heem? I cannot pronounce your name, sir. I think it's my eyesight is horrible, man. I'm becoming an old nigga, and it's
It's
very
him,
difficult.
man.
Heem, there you go. What's up, Heem?
Yeah, what's up, man?
I'm good. What's on your mind, sir?
Man, I just want to say, I think the lack of solidarity that you're talking about comes from the lack of solidarity in the black community first. Like, how can you demand something from the next community, and your community's not even all together?
And you're a Somalian saying that our community is not together, and you're a Somalian guy,
Yes, sir.
sir. That's a projection,
No, the Somali
sir.
American community is doing just fine. We all together.
Sir, the operative word is Somali American because you had to leave Somalia because it was in shambles, sir. So that's a big projection you're doing. You're over in America because your shit wasn't popping, right?
Hey, I'm not on here at 1 a.m. complaining about the next race.
I'm not complaining either. I'm just chopping up game with the family. You woke up from your Uber job to call in, dude. So you triggered. I'm here having fun with my family. You over here eating some injera, mad.
Nah,
So
I just clicked on your thing, and here you go. Asians, they owe us.
yeah, and you too. But y'all don't have
I'm
nothing
saying you
but
could come
fly.
collect or whatever you think the Asians owe you, but you're gonna have to do it together with the rest of your people. But they don't even want to see you with nothing. That's all I was
Well, I
saying.
know that, and we're letting them and we're letting tethers like yourself hold your own nuts. That's what we're saying because we know that y'all not going to come through with nothing, so we're going to let you hold your own nuts. We're going to let you do your thing, right,
That's great, but to collect on what you want, you gotta have your people all collectively do it.
dude?
That's all I
I'm
was saying.
not getting it, dude. Why would I get advice from a dude whose family failed and fled their homeland? You're not the person to give advice to us, sir.
I can give advice to whoever.
No, no, you can't because you couldn't get it together, sir. You got flip flops with burnt out souls from fleeing, sir. You can't give advice to nobody. All you need to do is sit down and listen and swat flies. We're not getting advice from a failure.
Bro, all
What does that
immigrants
make?
are more
That's
successful than black people in their own country.
oh,
Come on,
stop.
man.
No, this stop. No, you're not, sir. You were a failure in your homeland and you're barely making ends meet here. You're not that successful, sir.
So you wouldn't be worried about immigrants if we weren't women.
Sir, no, I wasn't even thinking about you. You called me. I'm up here talking to the family. What's success? Driving for Postmates? What are you talking about?
You talking about the entire Asian community?
You ain't Asian. I'm talking about your ass right now. Why you sitting up here caping for Asians? You ain't
Because it's
Asian.
the same thing you do to every community. All you do is bitch.
And all you do is flee and then whine about foundational Black Americans, sir, and scratch your big forehead in confusion as to why you're so jealous of foundational Black Americans, because we didn't flee. We stayed like men and women and stood up to oppression and thrived within the oppression without fleeing, sir.
You didn't have a choice. If you did, you probably would.
No, well, we chose not to flee, sir. We don't want to flee.
I just said you don't have a choice.
We don't want to flee. That's the thing. We don't want to flee. And flee where?
A slave
Where we
cannot
gonna go?
flee.
Sir, you guys are being enslaved over there. They're getting them Somalians and them East Africans and taking them up there to Libya and spanking your pussy with whips right now. What are you talking about? Talking about slaves? Are we really going there, sir?
I'm saying those slaves
Th-
still have no choice too, but you see
Well,
me, I
don't
can
talk
go
about
wherever
the
I want
slaves
because
and
I'm free.
people are being, and instead of helping the people being enslaved in your homeland now, your ass fled. At least we fought to get up out of slavery. Your ass fled. You came over here and you're eating a damn McRib sandwich.
Bro, I came to give you advice so you don't have to
No,
cry in here
you
whenever.
can't, Juju, you cannot give me advice. I don't get advice from failures, sir. You have to give yourself advice and get your homeland
Nah, bro,
together,
you need
sir.
it. You've been out here for over 2 years saying the same things.
And I'm talking to my FBA family, and we are doing our consolidation of power, and we're building up what we need to build up in our homeland, and we're not fleeing like
Building
cowards, like
what?
you, sir.
Nothing has
Our
changed
community,
in the
sir.
last
Yeah,
couple of
yes, it
years.
has. Oh, yes, it has. Oh, yes, it has.
Really?
We're letting. Oh yeah, tethers like you are getting more angry, and because you got to hold your own nuts, and we're not letting you hide behind us, sir.
Hide
So
behind you
that's
from who?
changed. Yes, because yeah, we're not letting you dump your filth and trash on us no more.
I mean, you are the
We're not
filth and
letting you.
trash. The people that are trash
Oh,
in our community live alongside you.
no, nigga, the filth and trash is in your homeland that you had to flee from, sir.
Saying my homeland is. You would flee from your homeland if you had a choice.
Oh no, I
Your
wouldn't.
people would have in the past.
No, nigga, I got a choice. I can live anywhere in the world.
I'm talking about your
I
ancestors. The reason you're a FBA is because they couldn't leave. They had
they
to drink
could.
from the bad water fountain.
Nigga, our families fought to stop from drinking from the bad water fountain. You see how that worked? We stood up against the mightiest army and government in the world. It was black folks in the streets in the 1960s fighting against that and making the changes of the law.
No,
Y'all ass
y'all was in the
fled.
street asking everything you got.
No, 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 no,
Everything you
no,
got,
no.
you
That's
had to
projected.
ask him for.
No, 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 no. We were demanding and setting shit on fire and turning up, sir.
And at
That's
the
what
end
we
of the day, you
were doing.
were still asking for permission.
No, no, we
Still
weren't
doing it
at.
to
No,
this
we were.
day, saying Black
No,
Lives
no, no, no,
Matter.
no,
You
no,
have to
no, no, no,
ask
no, no,
them to
no,
say,
no, no, no,
please,
no, no. When you
I
got a
matter.
mala, no, nigga, no, 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 Juju. When you got a Molotov cocktail in your hand, you ain't asking no more. You're making a demand. We made these people cough it up. We didn't ask for shit.
Cough what up?
We made them cough it up. We made them give it up. That's how that works. We made them give it up. We hit the streets and turned shit up and made them give it up. We stopped asking and we said, "Hey, we got more Molotov cocktails for you if you don't get right with some of this equality here." And then they got right with it. We did it without fleeing like your ass, right?
Barely.
Barely nothing, because not only did we turn up and make them get the laws right for us, we got the laws right for your little old musty ass, because you couldn't get over here before we turned up and made them let your ass over here. So you're welcome.
I'm saying this is a land where anyone can succeed and
You,
you're
you,
still
you,
doing
you,
bad.
no, 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 you're welcome. See, this is what I'm talking about, the ungrateful tethers. Y'all couldn't come over here in large numbers before we turned up and made it happen. You couldn't.
Everything you did was allowed by the white people. They the ones that run
No,
the
no, no. It
country.
was turned. No, 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 no. We made them give it up, sir. And if it weren't for us, you would still be over
If
in
you made
Somalia,
them give it up, then why didn't you
sir.
subject them as well?
Juju. If it were not for foundational Black Americans turning up on the white supremacists, you would still be over in Somalia eating some flatbread, drinking Camel breast milk, my nigga. Let's keep it a buck. You're welcome.
My nigga, everything you got, you had to beg for from white people,
And we
and
didn't.
that's
That's you
okay though.
projecting. That's you projecting. We didn't beg for anything. That's y'all love projecting. Y'all got to go to the immigration office and beg for a green card. Y'all got to go down and beg for grain at the Red Cross tent. Y'all got to beg Sally Struthers for some
And
peanut
what's the
butter
difference
jelly
between that
sandwiches
and the
here.
Million Man
No, no,
March?
no, 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 no,
Mr.
no,
Martin
no, no,
Luther King
no, no.
saying,
That's
"Please."
what. No, 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 no. Y'all got to do all that begging. That's you. Y'all are beggars. When you go to your homeland, you go to the airport, y'all out there begging. That's you. Don't project that onto us. We know how to get it, dude. We built this country.
Man, just keep it
Who we
real. What's the
begging?
difference between that and
Who we
saying I
begging?
can't breathe? Oh, BLM.
Who,
What's the difference?
yeah. When he couldn't breathe and got killed, what happened?
All you did was cry about it and then move on.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't, dude. We had a global turn up. What you talking about? Nigga, we
That
turned up in
resulted
this.
in
What you talking about, dude? When they killed that dude unjustly, we turned the fuck up. And then we have the whole world turning up, dude. We set it off like men and women. We set it off globally. We had the whole world turning up. You had people overseas turning up for us at the US embassies. We had it lit, literally out here. We didn't do what you did. And y'all don't even get oppression. Y'all get a sandstorm and all of a sudden y'all have to go to the green card office to give a reach around to get the hell up out of there. Just little shit be making y'all flee. So you can't speak on us, sir.
all you did was beg harder, bro. That's the point.
No, that's you projecting. Juju, that is you
Nigga,
projecting.
what does Black Lives Matter mean? That means you're begging to
I
tell
don't give
someone that my
that.
life matters.
Black Lives Matter is white opposition. That's some white folk shit. We don't trip on Black Lives Matter. You sound like a
You
white
just said that
supremacist
was
shit.
your turn up, though.
No, no, I
Yes,
didn't.
you did.
You just making up. Well, I didn't say Black Lives Matter. Nothing. I didn't say anything of it. That's you saying that goofy shit.
Oh, so okay. So when Black Lives Matter turns up, you can claim it as your own turn up, but you
Black
don't fuck with that.
Matter is just Black Lives Matter ain't got shit to do with what was going on in the streets. Fuck you talking about?
So what were they saying in the streets? What were they chanting?
They weren't saying no Black Lives Matter. That's white media stuff, dudes. This is how disconnected to the streets you are because you're a tether. See what I'm saying? Tethers don't need to be in our business. You don't know what you're
It was
talking
the Black
about.
Lives Matter movement.
Stop
It was
it.
only
You're a
2 years
tether
ago,
who
buddy. You
doesn't know.
can't change history.
You're a tether. You're a tether who don't know what he's talking about. The streets don't rock with the Black Lives Matter bull. That's corporate bullshit. What is Black Lives Matter? That was just a hashtag that the white media was promoting. Dude, the streets weren't
Uh,
running around with that
That's
shit.
not the point, though. You say you were in the
It's
streets. There
the
was no
point.
guns in
It's
the
the
streets.
point. Dude,
It
you're
was
tether babbling now. Juju, you're just tether babbling because you are a coward and you come from a coward lineage with no culture, and that's why you're over here begging to stay, right? That's where the begging is. Juju.
I would say that, but you're not keeping it real with your begging, so nah, I ain't begging either.
So yeah, you are begging. That's you over here eating off of us, sir.
And we're all eating off the white man. Just admit it.
Stop it, sir. Dude, we don't depend on the white man. We know how to get it on our own. We've always had to get it on our own. The white man don't give us
You're
shit.
all on food stamps from the white man.
Stop it. Stop it. Food stamps. Y'all tethers come over here and get the first EBT card you can find if you don't stop.
Hey, I said I would admit it if you did too. You're saying you're acting like you run
You
this country.
tethers,
That shit
you
is such
tethers
a
get the
lie.
first EBT card you can damn get.
And I came up here
You
to tell
got
you how to help yourself. And then you have insecurity
sir.
complex. You got to bring
Can't.
up my
You
people.
can't, sir. You don't have a culture. You come from a non-culture, and your only culture is failure. And you're jealous and vitriolic towards foundational Black Americans because we've had to feed your big forehead, musty ass for the last 50 years, and you're
Feed
very
who? Our
ungrateful.
people feed you.
Yo,
We own the gas
no,
station. You come in there
oh,
to get some cigarettes and we feed you.
we do. Y'all don't have anything in those little convenience stores that we need. Y'all don't have anything that we need in them little stores except old stale cookies and blunt papers. Y'all don't have nothing that we really need. You guys are a cancer to the community with the filth that you sell, sir. Juju?
Man, stop muting me.
Juju,
You come there because we accept EBT. That's why, and y'all be lining up.
Juju, you use your own EBT. You need to go set up a gas station in your homeland and get it popping, which you can't, sir. And that's why you're jealous and upset because you have no culture.
Our people
But
back
that's
home
okay.
live better than your people here.
Stop it, sir.
Why would I
Stop it,
lie?
sir. Because you're over here, and if you were living better, your ass wouldn't be over here. That's the proof. The proof is in the pudding, Juju.
I'm over
Right?
here because there's money over here. But the
Yeah,
people over
and
there,
there's none
even
over
the poor ones
and
live
and
better
there's
than the
and
ones
there's
here.
none over there. That's right. You damn right. There's money over here and none over there in your homeland,
I'm
Juju.
saying
None.
even the poor people over there live better than
No,
your people.
no, they don't. You're over there high off the cat drug. You're living in tents and shelters and eating zebra wings. Y'all just doing anything, eating bush meat, just trying to figure out a way to get your asses over here with us, sir. Let's tell the truth. So you're welcome. Show some gratitude, Juju. How about that?
Stop muting me, man. Why you gotta mute me every time?
Because Juju, I'm not going to let you tether babble. All right, this is not a Somalian pirate ship. You're not the captain here. You're not the captain now. Okay, you are not the captain. No matter how big your forehead is, you're not on a Somalian pirate. You're not the captain. You're going to listen, and you're going to tilt that big forehead to the side, and you're going to get an earful of this truth. Okay,
Hey,
Juju?
man. I was just trying to help you figure out how you can get your shit from the white people. But hey,
Dude, you,
cause
I
begging,
will. I will never get help from a failed tether, somebody whose whole lineage has done nothing but fail. And I hate to go there, sir, but you know that your lineage and your family is a failed experiment in humanity. You guys fail on top of failing. And then y'all have the nerve to have jealousy for us because we are the face of Black pride. Foundational Black Americans. When you think of Black people, who do you think of? You think of foundational Black Americans. You do not think of big forehead tethers like yourself. You think of us, and that makes you very mad, doesn't it? Juju.
nah. When I think of
Juju.
slave, I think of y'all. That's
No,
about
no,
it.
no, no. Sorry.
And that's how the rest of the world looks at it, though. I ain't gonna lie. I'm just keeping it
Sir,
real, man. All
and
I
you
do
ain't
is keep
keeping
it
it real
real.
because, sir, and y'all being enslaved right now. They're getting y'all from Somalia, taking y'all over to Libya and Dubai, and doing each and everything they want to do to you guys. So the slavery is happening now. At least we got the slavery up off of us hundreds of years
That's
ago.
human
You're
trafficking. It's happened to everyone, even your people here.
saying that's what slavery is, sir. And another thing, what's sick, y'all sit up there and let them people traffic kids over there in your homeland, which makes you guys extra despicable. That's
They
another
doing
thing
it in
that you got.
America right now. How many black girls
No,
missing?
they don't. No, we don't.
Oh, I
We
could.
are.
Do you need me
No,
to post it?
we don't. No, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's y'all doing the shit. That's why we got to keep y'all tethers out the community. We don't have a child sex ring in foundational Black American culture,
Yes, you do.
sir.
How many uncles
No,
raping their little nieces and nephews?
that's not a sex ring. That's some perverted shit behind
Oh, but
closed
there's
doors. And
millions
when
of
they
black girls that's missing
and
though.
when the perverted uncle goes to jail, he gets a foot in his ass. You see, they can't survive. They got to put them niggas in PC if they get around us, and we find out who they are. We ain't got a culture like you where they got little setups and rings of pedophiles and they sell kids. We don't sell kids in foundational Black American culture. Street pimps don't even do that shit.
You just
So
making
you got
shit up. But
no,
anyways,
no, 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 no. I'm telling the truth. Y'all sit up there and let white tourists come over there and rummage into them kids like that, and y'all sit up and know it goes down, and y'all make a couple of dollars off of it, and you turn your head the other way. We don't do little filthy shit like that, sir. We're different, Juju,
you don't know the
right?
difference between other countries in Africa. There's no white people in Somalia, dumbass.
Dude, go over there and do whatever they want to do. They do go over there. What you talking about? What you
There's
talking
zero
about? They
white
know.
people in Somalia.
Dude, they go over there, nigga. What the hell was Captain Phillips about, nigga? They did a
That
whole
man was
movie
in the
about
water, in international
the ride
waters. Are
over
you're really
water,
slow,
over
bro.
they're over in the water getting y'all resources. What little resources you have, the white people are getting it, and now the Asians are getting it in your homeland, sir. So what you talking
I
about?
just told you international waters. That's not our homeland,
Oh,
dumbass nigga.
nigga, they ain't in the waters all day. They using the water to get places, fool.
I'm saying they're
They over
not
there getting
in our homeland. You just don't know the difference.
the
You think
yes,
all of
they
Africa is
are.
the
They
same.
going over there getting
And the
the
rest of your
resources
people
in.
think the same thing too. They couldn't even tell you where the different countries in Africa. Shit fucking dumb.
Dude, and the white supremacists control your economy, dude. They completely control your economy over there, sir. What you talking
They
about?
control all economies. I can admit that. That's the truth. You're over here talking about
Uh,
your people are doing well.
what talking about? Ain't no
You're
white
talking about your
people over
people
there.
run America. That's bullshit, bro.
I didn't say we run America. I didn't say that at all. You're tether babbling and lying.
That's your whole little
So just
shtick. You saying your people turned up
I didn't
and took over.
I didn't I didn't say we were running America, you lying tether. I didn't even say anything remotely close to that. You tethers are pathological liars. Boy, you guys are the biggest liars on the planet. Y'all sit around lying and scamming. I bet you're in Minnesota somewhere over there. Got a little scam going on. I bet you're over there in Minnesota right now. They always arresting them Somalian gang members who run scams. That's another
So
thing.
why
Y'all the
won't you admit
scam.
your people are
Look,
doing bad then?
nigga, we're doing better than you because we ain't fleeing.
That's a lie.
I'm yeah,
Maybe if you're
yeah,
playing
we ain't.
basketball, but
Stop it, stop it. You ain't got nothing popping. Y'all have nothing popping. What's the successful Somalian community in America?
go look at University of Minnesota, dude.
No, no, nigga, that ain't stop it. That's not a Somalian community. What are you talking about? Name the successful Somalian American community. Name it.
What do you mean? There's a Somali American community. You just named it.
Name a successful one.
Ilhan
I'm
Omar,
not
she's in the Congress. That's success.
nigga, that's not a community, that's a person, you ignorant bastard.
So what the
Name the
fuck is a
community.
community, my nigga?
Okay, you can't be that damn dumb. Nigga, what's a community? Well, hey nigga, what is a community? If you don't put that cat drug down, nigga, don't act dumb. Like, what's a community? You ain't stupid. Just say there is no successful Somalian American communities and stop capping. All right, y'all stop lying. You're over there
All right, now tell me
working
the
as
successful black
stop it,
community
stop it.
that's not the NBA.
You're just not the NBA. Nigga, we got places in Baldwin Hills. We got places out there in Washington, D.C., Maryland, successful black communities. You got successful black neighborhoods in Dallas, whole successful black neighborhoods in Georgia. We got them all over, brother. We've always had them. We've had Sugar Hills. That's what they call successful black communities all over the place. A whole bunch of them. Yeah, name yours. Name the successful, hell, fuck it. Name the successful multi-million dollar Somalian American business. Name it.
Your successful black people don't even want to be associated with you.
Name the successful multi-million dollar Somalian American business. Name one. Go ahead. Go ahead. Well, huh? Juju. I don't have you muted.
Yes, you did have me muted the whole time. But anyways,
Well, go ahead.
Somalis are less
Go
than
ahead.
1% of the country. You people are like
Nigga,
15% still
stop
can't get it
explaining.
together.
Stop explaining. Stop explaining. You just said how much successful you are over us. Then name the successful Somalian American run business. Name it.
Bro, businesses are run by multiple people, multiple races, anything. You could
Nigga,
be a Somali.
stop explaining. Name the multi-million dollar successful Somalian American run business.
All right, you do the same for blacks, then I'll do it.
Oh, hell, the Hidden History Museum. That's one that I run. Okay. That's a successful multi-million dollar business that's foundational black
Multi-million
America.
my ass.
Yes, multi-millions, yes.
Nigga,
Uh-huh,
multi-millions in
yes.
loans, maybe.
nigga, that's how much we paid for it. So it's a multi-million-dollar business.
Stop it. I
So
don't know a
now
single person that been there.
that's one. That's one. Now name yours. I just named one that I owned. So name yours.
You so full of shit, dude. You got all these people in here that
Name
support you, still can't
yours.
make millions.
Name yours.
Every gas station and every fucking
No,
thing in your
but
neighborhoods that you
no,
come and support and
no,
line up.
no. You're just babbling right now, sir. You're just babbling out of jealousy and
You
anger.
got to compare 15% of the country to less than 1% to feel good of
Nigga, you were
refugees
the
to.
one. Juju, you were the one bragging about how successful you are, and I'm asking you where's the success, and you start splaining and babbling.
Buddy, the
So
average.
okay, anyway, so now this is just time wasting tether. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is the average lying, scamming, jealous tether, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is why we have gone out of our way to delineate from people like you. This is why we delineate. Because of this mindset right here. We don't want to have anything to do with it. Now, some of the riders, we rock with the riders. But this jealous tether nonsense, we have charged that to the game. So you have a good night. I don't want to hear you lie no more. All right. You've proved your point. All right. Yeah, they sit up here capping, talking about all of this success they got, and when you ask them to name it, well, well, the gas station over here, stop it. All right, let's get Torian Rain, Terrain Walker. No, it's Terrain Walker. That's Terrain. Let me get Terrain Walker in here, brother Terrain. Hop in, sir. Terrain, hop in.
What's good, Tariq? How you doing?
I'm good, sir. How are you,
I'm
brother?
good, man. That was wild to listen to.
Oh my God, boy, they are doing the most, brother. So what's on your mind, man?
I think there is a groundswell in Black American society about delineation and saying that we are a lineage that comes from this soil and we need political gains based on that. Um, Mark, I want to kick this over to you. How can we get people who are in power, who basically are caught up in this old 60s model of a rising tide lifts all boats, to be focused on Black American issues? And if they're not going to be focused on Black American issues, how do we get them out of the paint?
Yeah, got very good point. Thank you, brother. What we do, man, we do what we're doing now. We're letting them know we're just not going to support a lot of these people unless they speak specifically about our lineage. Now, we're making these people do it. If you look, a lot of the politicians, they are starting to speak our language. They're starting to acknowledge us as a distinct lineage because we on the grassroots, we stay beating that drum. It always starts with us. We are beating that drum and we continue to beat it. They're going to get the message. And when they see the lack of support, they're really going to get the message. They feel it. And just be clear, they study the conversations, they know what we're talking about. They're just trying to see how far it will go. And what they'll do, they'll throw their disruptors in the mix. So when we see random folks sitting around talking about, man, damn all that delineation, we is black. Black is black. The white man don't give a damn about. These are paid operatives who come in the mix talking that nonsense. Watch that. Whenever you see people jump in the mix talking about we don't need to delineate and we all African and that's that in Cobra stuff. Man, if the one boat dropped us off, dropped everybody off. If the police pull me over, he ain't gonna know the difference. When they start talking that, those are talking points from some white paid operatives. So we have to know how to sidestep the operatives and stay on our square. We're on the right path. We just have to continue doing what we're doing, which is stay focused on our lineage. And in order to stay focused on our lineage, we have to value the culture of our lineage. That's why I'm very big on culture. That's why I'm very big on culture and teaching the culture of foundational Black Americans. Because see, when you get the culture straight, everything else is going to fall in line. And what we've been seeing now is a more valuation of our culture. We value our culture more because everything we've done culturally, what we've done, we've made the mistake of sitting here giving credit to all black folks, particularly Africa. We'll do something fly and then chop it up as a win for Africa. We've been doing that to the point where people will turn around and tell us we don't have a culture because we've been sitting up propping up Africa for the last 100 years. So when we say, hey man, let's divvy up these wins and let's see what's really going on. And when we see all of the progress, the black progress and where it's coming from, it's been coming from us. All the global black progress for the last 200 years has been coming from this way, if we're going to be honest. So now we're changing the narratives and getting the conversations right. That's why this whole thing with hip hop, we sat there and let these people lie about hip hop for the last 30 years and where it came from. And they're still trying to crowbar the Caribbean lie, which we're getting out the paint. We're not going to let them do that no more. And we're definitely not going to let them do the Puerto Rican lie no more. And by the way, shout out to Disco King Mario's family. They recognized that brother, and this is the 50th anniversary of hip hop, and they recognized him and his contributions because he's one of the real forefathers of hip hop, Disco King Mario, and they've kind of written him out of history. So they named a street after him in New York, and I'm glad, and we're fighting for that brother to get his due because he's really one of the, he was before Herc, one of the real forefathers of the hip hop movement. And for years, they've been lying on this guy. Crazy Legs, do y'all remember? He got on the Drink Champs recently and lied and said that Disco King Mario was half Puerto Rican. Y'all remember that? And there were some other Puerto Rican so-called hip-hop historians running with that lie too on YouTube, which we knew it was a lie. So now the family, they didn't come out and they're like, hell no. I was corresponding with Mario's daughter last week. She was like, hell no. My dad wasn't Puerto Rican. The family came out. No, ain't nobody in our family Spanish. Nobody. They're like, yeah, our mom just liked the name Mario, but yeah, he is not no Puerto Rican. We all black. So the record and the truth is getting set straight. It's all about us, foundational black Americans. And we're not going to be shamed. We're the only group who are told we're divisive for just recognizing our culture and our lineage. We get, notice we're the only group who gets shamed for that. We're the only group who gets shamed for just recognizing our lineage. When we say, hey man, shout out to the foundational black American family. Hey nigga, why is that so divisive? Why are you acknowledging your lineage? We're all black, nigga. All right. Let that same Tether get a PhD. Ooh, Ghana, stand up. Stand up, Ghana. It's Ghana, stand up. But when we say, hey, FBA, stand up. Oh, nigga, you xenophobic. You xenophobic nigga. Because people got this sense of entitlement, man. This whole thing where we're supposed to just give everything that we do to them. Damn that. Let's get our brother Dwan B in here. Dwan B.
What's up, man? How's it going? Salute to everybody. You know, what you just said is interesting because I was at a Latin jazz concert today. I love going to Latin jazz and that kind of stuff.
Yes.
And today was the first time I've heard, and maybe in years, that a Latin jazz band acknowledged Dizzy Gillespie. When it comes to
Wow.
salsa, the reason why it's called salsa was because it's a combination of Cuban music and bebop in New York. All that Latin jazz, the bossa nova, that's all Dizzy Gillespie, all of it. But you will be hard pressed finding them to acknowledge it. Their music had more long, sustained horn licks, and when Dizzy and Bird came with bebop, that changed the phrasing. And when the phrasing changed, the melodies changed. That's what created salsa. That's what created bossa nova. That's what created Latin
Yeah.
jazz. And you'd be hard pressed for them to ever even acknowledge that. But they want to own hip hop? F out of here.
Yeah. Real talk, man. Thank you so much, brother. And yeah, man, even with the whole that whole Jamaican toasted, I can't wait till we do our documentary so we can just knock all that garbage out the water. That we got some hip hop from Jamaican toasting. If y'all don't get the hell out of here, wasn't nobody doing no toasting. Wasn't nobody listening to no toasting over here. And even when you look at toasting, the people like Count Machuki and all of those guys from the 60s, the Jamaicans, they said, hey, we were listening to the Black Americans. We were listening to Black American radio, listening to them and basically emulating them. I will give them their props because they will admit the truth. They'll admit where they got it from. This whole thing of trying to Caribbeanize and Puerto Ricanize hip hop, that's relatively new. Because, see, I think they waited until there were enough foreigners around the hip hop circles in order to pull this stunt that they're pulling now. They weren't talking like this in the early 90s. They weren't talking like this in the late 80s because you had a lot of the hip hop purists still around. A lot of the old school cats were still around. So you couldn't say nothing weird like that because you would get checked. Now that a lot of people have died, a lot of people are not here. Now the tethers are like, well, damn, the coast is clear. We can just start lying now. So that's why it's important for us to get the record straight. And we're going to get the record straight. We're absolutely going to get the record straight. Oh, man, we got a lot of folks in here. Let me get my brother McCall in here. My good brother McCall. Because we are in here deep. We are in here hella deep. Brother McCall. Where's my brother? My brother, how are you, sir?
Oh, your brother living the dream and winning, as usual.
Yes, absolutely.
Look,
What's on your mind?
the other night, I'm at dinner with some friends, and it includes, our Ethiopian family here. And a person asked me, Mikhail, what does it feel like? How does it feel being Black American? And it was one of those E.F. Hutton moments, and everyone stopped. It seemed like damn near everyone in the restaurant stopped and looked at me. I stood up and said, like a superstar. And everyone applauded. I'll land with that.
Wow.
Love you, great Black family.
My man, I appreciate you, brother. Man. Let's get Jeff. What's up, Jeff?
Hey, Tariq, I always hear, complaining about white supremacy. If you don't like it here, why don't you go to a Black country where you can govern yourself?
Well, okay. Well, y'all control that too, unfortunately. The white supremacists control the Black countries too, unfortunately. So
No.
Here
Black people control Black countries.
How so?
Because there's more Black people in leadership positions in the government.
Yeah,
they control those
but
countries.
You guys, but you, the white supremacists, you guys control the trade routes and you control the economics.
No.
Therefore,
you control the trade routes. You control the economics in those Black countries.
No. Which one? Which Black country controls the trade routes there? That's not controlled by the white supremacists.
The country that was given to freed Black slaves, Liberia.
Oh, if you don't, Jeff, now you're trolling, Jeff. And it wasn't free Black slaves. See, you already framed it as a lie. Free Black slaves.
Yeah, they freed the slaves and they sent them to Liberia because they thought they would have a better life.
No, they didn't, Jeff. No, they didn't. They didn't free anybody. And why would the white supremacists free people and then send them out? What are you talking about, Jeff? No, they didn't.
Yeah.
Think about your lie.
We gave you freedom.
No, Jeff. Think about. Let's unpack your lie. You think a white slave owner who paid the equivalent of $20,000.
Well, there was early movements to free the slaves in the north.
Stop, because we're going to unpack your lie. You think a white slave owner who paid the equivalent of $20,000 for a Black person was going to free him and let him go to another country? Do you think they were going to do that?
That's what they did. They freed the Black slaves. There was early movements to free slaves before the Civil War in the North.
No, they didn't, sir. There were free Black people. Many of them weren't slaves, but you had free Black people who went over there to Liberia. They weren't slaves. They weren't sending any slaves over there. They were sending free black people over there, or free black people were volunteering to go over there. And they said, oh, hell no. When they got over there, they were like, this is not the business. So what are you talking about, Jeff?
No, black people that used to be slaves that got freed because the white man gave you freedom, and you went to Liberia and you didn't build shit. So this whole thing about we built this country, you had your chance.
Sir, Liberia, many of the people who went over there were from the Caribbean, and also they were from other parts of Africa. A small percentage of foundational black Americans went to Liberia, and many of them went over there and died because of the diseases. So that was a cluster flop from the beginning. And the economics were still controlled by the white supremacists. So you think they didn't have their hand in that? Jeff?
Every fucking day you just sit there and white supremacy, white supremacy. When are you going to look yourself in the mirror? Look in the mirror.
What the hell is a mayor? What kind of white supremacist accent is that? Are you from Wisconsin? What the hell is a mayor? And sir, are you going to look at your birth rates? You're upset with us because you have them slow white supremacist birth rates. You're going extinct as a white supremacist, and you're mad at foundational black Americans, sir. You already have everything you need to have. Why are you still mad? We don't control anything in white supremacist society, yet your bussy is itching because of us. Why is that, Jeff?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because the black births are actually in decline now.
Sir,
so your birth, you did all this talking on the white birth rate. Now your births are in decline.
Man, our birth rates are fine.
Go look it up. Everyone in this room, your births are in decline.
No, we're not, sir. We
Look
are.
it up.
We have no problem having children, sir.
And the reason why you don't control shit here because you didn't build anything.
Jeff, yes, we did, and you're ungrateful.
You didn't build anything.
Jeff, if it weren't for us building this beautiful nation, you would still, sir, Jeff, you would still be in
The only thing you did was
Jeff, you would still be in Ireland picking headlights out of your pubic hairs, sir. Yes, we did, Jeff.
You would be running through the jungles naked with flies on your face if it wasn't for the white supremacy.
Jeff. Foundational black Americans created a lane for you, Jeff, and you know it. You know that, Jeff.
No, slaves don't create lanes. Slaves listen to their manager.
Dude.
They listen to their master. You didn't organize this country.
Yes,
slaves don't create lanes.
Yes, we do, Jeff. Yes, we do. Because when the white supremacists tried to do it on their own, they failed and you guys cannibalized yourself. You started eating each other, Jeff. That's how savage you white supremacists are, sir.
No. You failed, and that's why you ran up to white people in the North during the Great Migration, during civil rights. You were running to white people because you failed.
What white people were we running to in the North? We were going to black areas, creating our own lanes up there, sir. So what are you talking about?
No, you were running to white people to help you.
Sir, it was the middle of segregation. We couldn't live in white neighborhoods. Black people were going to the North, creating things like the numbers market, which eventually became the lottery. We were up there creating lanes for ourselves, aggregating our money among ourselves, sir. And until you white supremacists started sabotaging that too. So, yeah, we kind of do good when the white supremacists are not in our mix, sir. Right? Jeff?
You're going to play this game of muting me and acting like you're fucking winning the argument.
Well,
why do you do that?
Well, Jeff, you drop your phone in your vat of meth mix, sir. I can't control whether you drop your phone. Just put the top on the meth pot and don't let your phone drop, man. So, Jeff, why are you so angry with foundational black Americans? I mean, you got you a nice trailer park, you got a meth pipe.
Number one, I don't like the name Foundational Black Americans because you didn't create the foundation to anything.
Oh, yes, we did. We were the
You
foundation.
just listened to the fucking slave master.
We were the
You were,
we were the foundation of this country. Every single part of it. We were the capital of this country. We were the workforce of this country. We were the soul of this country and are. We are literally the foundation. If it were not for us, there would be no United States of America, sir. And this is a fact. Isn't that a fact, Jeff?
no, it's absolutely false.
Jeff, you
Tell
know,
me why the North had less slaves. They had less slaves and they abolished it quicker, but they industrialized quicker. They had
sir,
more infrastructure built.
slavery was in full swing in the North. It was in swing in Massachusetts. It was in swing in New York. The North had slavery, sir. In fact, slavery started in the damn North. What are you talking about, Jeff? Come on.
I said, why did they have less slaves, but they
Oh,
industrialized quicker?
listen,
Slaves made up around 4% of the North. They
sir,
weren't widespread like that.
sir, the slavery was
No
in
one
full
ever needs
effect,
slaves. All slaves do is listen to the master.
sir. The slavery was.
We organized this country. We put this country together, and you know it.
Sir, okay, then why, when you tried to do it on your own, why did y'all die off and fail? Okay,
That's
without
not
black people.
true.
It's
That's
true.
not true.
Name any part
We
of
landed in New Hampshire and
uh,
didn't see any slaves there for like 40 years.
what
And
year
when they
was
got there, we never at like
what
4% of the population.
what are you
And
talking
we set up
about?
a fishing industry,
Dude, this was
the
after
fur trade. We were coal mining.
I'm talking about before the 1600s, sir. Don't talk about what happened after, when the economy from our slave labor was in full swing. Yeah, y'all came over and started thriving because we stimulated the economy for you white supremacists. I'm talking about before there were black people who were there stimulating and creating the economy. Where did you
Wait,
succeed?
wait, wait. You do know blacks weren't even 10% of
No,
the
no, no, no.
population to
Okay,
1700.
no. You're not gonna babble. Answer my question, because we've done this before. Before black people were here stimulating the economy in the early 1600s, where did the white supremacists build anything on their own in North America? Go.
They built the first school in Boston.
What year?
That was around, I believe, 1620. I don't think there was any slaves there to
Sir,
like.
what school in
I would
Boston?
have to look it up, but I looked it up, and there wasn't even slaves in the fucking Boston at
What
the time.
school in Boston did
The
they
Boston
was
Latin School. The Boston Latin School. So we built the first school. Look, you didn't
the
do
Boston
anything that whites didn't tell you. You were just listening to white people. You didn't fucking set this country up.
did you say the Boston Latin School?
Yeah, yeah.
That was like 1635. What you talking about? These are
I believe. Yeah, yeah. It was 1630, but there was
all
no
right,
slave.
okay, yeah. The economy was stimulated, so yeah, don't come and
What do
try.
you mean the economy was
It
stimulated?
was already stimulated by us by then, dude. It was
It was
already
already
when.
stimulated before you
No,
came
no,
into the
no, no.
colony.
Okay, when? What economy was stimulated? What economy did the white supremacists build before we came and stimulated the economy?
All right. Slaves landed in Jamestown in 1619.
Uh huh.
By 1614, they were exporting tobacco. They were exporting all type of fucking shit. And you
Okay,
you didn't start anything. You came.
sir. No, they were not successful in it. They were not successful at exporting tobacco in 1614. They were damn near starving to death in 1614, sir.
No, 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 that's not true.
That is true.
And in New
Okay, Jeff, I don't want to hear no more lies. Jeff, we lying his ass off. Okay. Jeff, the lying white supremacist. Boy, this dude is all over the place. We catch him in lies all the time. Y'all weren't building nothing. You see, he keeps throwing these dates out. I say, every time I say, Jeff, name before the 1600s when you guys were anywhere remotely successful. Boston School of Latin, dude, that's 1635, asshole. Stop it. Oh yeah, in New Hampshire. No, that wasn't. That was 1700s. He think he's slick. He just started yelling out stuff like we don't know the dates. The hell you think you're talking to, dude? Stop it. This is why you got to know history with these dudes, man. They start yelling out stuff and screaming out stuff and lying. Yeah. I don't like Foundation of Black American, dude. I don't like it. See, they don't like that, which is good. Because see, the thing is, it Foundation of Black American, that's a term that has dignity. And it's a term that they can't remix. That's why I told y'all, man, that's a phenomenal term to use. See, they don't have a problem with Negro, colored. They ain't got a problem with that. When we self-identify and we give ourselves a name that has dignity, patriotism, and pride and black empowerment. Yeah. So they can't say that we're not patriotic. We're talking about being Black American. Not only Black American, we're foundational Black American. We're owning the fact that this would not be a nation of success without us. These are facts. These are 100% facts. If it were not for us, there would be no United States. We have to stop letting these people make it seem like we immigrated here involuntarily or whatever. We are not equivalent to immigrants at all. Let's stop this whole narrative about we were brought to the United States. We were not brought to no damn United States. We built the United States. There was nothing to be brought to. There were no United States to be brought to. We built this shit from the ground up, from scratch. We are different than anybody. I'm not going to let no flea-bitten white supremacists who failed somewhere in Ireland, who had to get on a boat and eat rat meat for 3 months to come over here and thrive off of us, tell me shit. You're not about to tell me anything. You, sir, are a failure. You came over and ate off of us. And these are the realities of life. Let me see who we got. Let's get Mohammed. Got a lot of folks in here. Mohammed, hop in, Mohammed.
Yes, Tariq. Hi, how are you?
How are you, Mohammed?
I'm doing good. Happy to be here and we can have a talk. The brother before me, the one called, yeah, that brother. I think his name was Heem or something. Yeah, he's uneducated, so don't mind him. Don't mind him. He's uneducated. Anyways, me and you are gonna talk though. On the other hand, because I am an educated fellow, so I will deconstruct your arguments easily and basically
Okay.
make you look like a fool. So let's go ahead
Okay,
if you're ready.
got it. Okay, so now, Mohammed, are you one of these people who are ashamed to admit where you're from?
No, I'm not.
Where are you from, sir?
Well, I was born here, but my family are from Africa.
Okay. So what part of Africa is your family from? Africa's
Yeah,
pretty big.
no, Djibouti. So yeah, basically Somali, Djibouti.
You're Somali,
Yeah,
yeah, Somali.
Djibouti, Somalia. Yeah, but that's the country my
Got
family's from. So let's talk now. So
got it.
I want to talk about.
Eh,
I want to talk about and the success of my community in say
Right.
Minnesota. One thing I've noticed is every time a Somali gets arrested, it's because of the influence Black Americans had on him. You guys are freaking influencing our young in a negative way. They listen to your godforsaken music that's ghetto and nasty. And once they internalize that, they start talking, yo, 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 dog. What's up, dog? That's improper. I tell them, stop. This is not you.
So,
Yeah.
so the child soldiers and the people running around in your homeland, um, robbing each other, killing each other over in your homeland to the point where you have to flee. What rap records do they listen to there?
Okay. So, like I said, I'm from Djibouti. But if you're talking, you have to talk about my country, and it's doing well. It's a middle income African country. It's middle income
Then
here.
why are you not there in enjoying the middle class money? Why are you not there?
And I came here for economic opportunities. I went to the
Oh,
I went to
oh,
the
so that
No, no,
because there were none
no.
home,
It's
because there
not.
were no because there were none in your homeland, right?
No, no.
Right? There
It's
were,
not that. It's just like in the UK, for example. I'll give you an example. US, you make way more money in for example, as a doctor in the US versus UK. So you see a lot of UK people coming here as economic migrants. Doesn't mean that and the UK is a shithole. It just means America is one of the greatest countries. So that's all that it means. So there you go.
right. You're right. You're right. I know it is because we made it that way because we stay here and we fight and we make
No,
things pop.
it was white Americans who I attribute
Right. I
that.
know why. I know you want to. I know you want to give
It's
praises to
them.
white daddy. I know. Yeah, I
No,
know
I
y'all
don't.
love
I don't.
love.
I don't love them.
Yeah, look, and look. I know y'all love sucking white balls, sir. I know it. That's why y'all come over here to suck white balls. But listen, it was white mommy and white daddy that helped cause the economic devastation in your homeland. Okay, those were the ones who caused the economic strife over in your homeland. And sir, like my guy said, y'all have cat addiction over there. Y'all own drugs. The youth over there are drugged out of their minds. What rap records are they listening to over there in your homeland to make them strung out on cat?
Yeah. Can I speak? Okay, so you know, those people when they do fight and kill each other, they're doing it for purposes of getting land and stuff like that. When you guys kill each
Oh,
other over colors, that's more ignoble. That's not a noble thing to die. I
nobody,
will I will gladly die for land.
nobody's killing nobody over no color. What year is this? You think
Bro,
this is,
I'm talking about your Crip and Blood Wars.
dude?
Dude, you guys kill each
Update your stereotypes. This is not 1983. Crips and Bloods are not killing each other, dude.
other. Dude. Okay.
Stop it. Stop it. You
Tariq,
sound like this is not 1985. Crips and Bloods are not killing each other. They're literally not killing each other. That's not a thing. That hasn't been a thing in damn near 30 years. What are you talking about? You haven't even updated your stereotypes. Crips and Bloods,
okay.
there is no Crips and Bloods war no more. You've been watching old VHS tapes of the movie Colors or something. I know y'all get
Yeah,
movies
okay.
late. You get movies late over there.
And Tariq,
That's
are you
no. You're not going to change the subject. You're going to throw out a 30-year-old stereotype. You haven't even updated your stereotypes. And I'm in Los Angeles. Crips and Bloods are not killing each other, dude. That's not even a thing no more. People don't even trip on that shit no more. So stop it. You guys are
okay? So 1 second, bro.
no. You guys are over there slaughtering each other with these different ethnic beefs in your homeland and high on cat to the point where you have to flee. Those are the real Crips and Bloods.
So see, this is what I mean. When an educated person comes up here,
Because you're not educated. You're not educated. You're just tether babbling, sir. Sir, you're just tether babbling and fleeing.
and the fact that you have to insult me just goes to show you your
I'm not
intelligence level.
not insulting you, sir. I'm just stating a fact. You're just tether babbling. You're not
Yeah, but you continue muting me doesn't.
yeah. You're not going to tether babble. That's what you're not going to do. You're not going to sit here lying.
You're a little man, bro.
Uh, um, Djibouti man, you're not going to sit here and lie because you guys have that scam artist mentality. You guys scam and scheme and lie and deceive, and we're not going to allow you to do that. And there's a lot of jealousy and vitriol and white ass kissing. Is the white man? No. The white man got your country jacked up. They're the ones who put sanctions on your country and mess up the ecology and the economy over there. So that's that white dick you sucking on.
Yeah, can I
That's
speak on that? I'll speak on
go
who's
ahead,
to
go ahead.
blame.
Let's
I'll
speak on
speak on
white daddy.
who's to blame.
Speak on white daddy. Tell me all the good
Dude,
things white daddy's
yeah,
done.
you guys invented the words and daddy and stuff like that to call people, so that's just weird. But anyways, moving on. Here's the thing, bro. What's happening in Africa? It's something that's self-imposed. I'm of the view. Basically, I'm a man. I don't blame others.
No,
Whatever's happening in Djibouti, it's self-imposed.
right, and
Now,
you
if you
flee.
guys learn
You
to
flee.
do that, if you
You
guys learn to,
no. You flee. That's what you do. Instead of dealing with what goes on over there, you run like what we call a biatch. You run, sir. And that's not
You know what? I'm done with you, bro. Look, you continue to mute me, you won't let me finish my point. So just
right.
it's not even worth debating with a ignoramus like you, bro.
And,
You're an ignoramus,
and,
and I'm
and
too.
you're a wannabe Arab. A lot of y'all are just wannabe Arabs and wannabe whites, and you come
Yeah,
over here.
you have the inferiority.
No. You're a wannabe Arab.
Have the inferiority
No,
complex
no,
to them. That's why
no,
you continue bringing those people up.
no. Aleem. Look,
You have the inferiority complex to them.
Aleem. You're the
And I
one.
pity you. You have an inferiority complex. Stop bringing people up that have nothing to do with this.
Aleem.
Talk to me instead.
I'm talking to you, Aleem. You fled. You fled your homeland, sir. And you are very vitriolic towards the people who didn't flee. Because there's an honor that we have where we stand and fight. And there's an embarrassment that comes with fleeing. And you want to project your embarrassment onto us, sir. Why don't you deal with that embarrassment on your own?
All right, so see, this is what I mean. Tariq, I looked up, various things about you. It
Oh,
basically
I don't give a damn what you look up about me. One thing you look up, you don't see me fleeing. All right. No matter what you look up,
it
I,
says
I be all that, but I didn't flee, nigga.
you're a high school dropout. See,
I
so I cannot converse with a high school.
yes. And how does a high school dropout have more financial success than your whole village? Now, what does that say about your community? I'm a high school dropout and I have more financial success than your entire village. You dig?
I
What
wasn't
does
even born in a village. I was born in the city of Djibouti City.
that, sir? What's your birthday? What's your birthday?
Yeah, dude, you're a
What's your
high school dropout.
what's your
What
birth
can I?
what's your birthday?
You're not gonna command me, bro.
What's your
You're
birthday?
basically you're the wife and you're
No. Yazid. What's your birthday, sir?
this old ass dude, bro. He's
What
40 years old and
what
talking like this.
if I'm 40 years old, how old are you? What's your birthday?
I'm basically 25.
What's your birthday?
It's
What's your birthday? I don't have you muted.
February. Yeah, you did. February 2nd,
Okay,
1998.
you just made that up.
No, I didn't.
No,
February 2nd, 1998, dude.
your birthday is on January 1st, ain't it?
See, this is what I mean. These are your
Your
minions
birthday is
laughing
on
there.
January
They're
1st.
basically just
You
fucking
just
uneducated.
and by the way, my man, Djibouti, that was controlled by the French. So the white supremacists had their foot deep
Your
in your.
minions who are laughing down there, they're as ignorant
No,
as
no. Your homeland was controlled by the French, right?
dude. You were enslaved. You were beaten. You were whooped. What are you talking about,
And
bro?
you too, and you're being beaten and whooped now. You can talk about us
Cannot
being
believe
beaten.
you're equating chattel slavery.
Yeah. You're being beaten and whipped now, right now. That's why you had to flee. What are you talking about? You're being
Things
beaten,
that never happened. Things that you're an ignoramus. You're basically a high
sir.
school dropout. Bye bye.
Sir, yes, sir. But I'm not
You're an
fleeing
idiot.
though. But
Go fuck
I'm
yourself and your wife.
not
See
fleeing.
it, bro. You bitch ass
Yazid.
nigga.
Yazid. Why are you trying to use Ebonic slang from Foundational Black American? Don't try to talk tough. Don't try to talk tough. First of all, you're too skinny and malnutrition to be tough. All right. He got up out of here. Don't try to sound tough. And you're hungry? You bitch ass nigga. No. Nobody's afraid of you. Not with that big forehead and that little skinny body. You're the least intimidating dude on earth. You try to raise up on me, you'll fuck around and have a heat stroke. You're too frail and malnutrition, nigga. You got to eat some more rice and grains and get your little weight up before you try to toughen up, brother. Come on now. That is so non-intimidating. I'm not afraid of any nigga whose rib cage is showing. All right. Skinny gang, skinny gang, skinny gang. All right. Let's get some more people in here. We got a lot of folks in here. All right. Let's get, who was this person? Let's get Lauren. All right. Miss Lauren. Hop on, Lauren. Lauren Butler. All right. Miss Lauren Butler. Lauren, you want to hop on, ma'am?
Hello,
Uh-oh, the hell. Hello?
hello guys. I've been listening to everything since morning. Like,
What? Okay, what the hell kind of accent was that? I have never, what the hell was that? Okay, that was the weirdest accent I've ever heard. And was that a transgender? T.S. Giselle, did you know that person? Was that one of your people? Was that some kind of Lithuanian transgender person? I've never heard an accent like that. And the voice was husky. I thought it was a woman. And it sounded like a Dutch transgender person. Like they got on a thong and some wooden shoes. Okay, what kind of shit was that? All right, let's try something else. All right, well, we're getting the weirdos coming in here. All right, let's get well, who is this person? Blue. All right, let's get Blue in here. Hopefully this person got their minds right. Blue, you want to hop on?
Yeah, I just want to say I appreciate you, sir, for speaking up for, I guess, for black people, because
Yeah.
you know I've learned you can't save every black person, but the ones that's conscious, we gotta all stick together. So these other people trying to downgrade us, I don't appreciate it, especially when it's our people doing that. So I mean, I don't know. So that's all I got to say,
Yes.
sir. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
All right. All right. Let's get this person here. Um Audio side. Hop on.
On the streets of Detroit, Michigan, cops talking shit, but I'm not listening. This is the time of robbery.
Okay, there we go. Bumping some of that old funk. All right, let's get let me see. Let's get Wake Up. Wake Up Africa. Okay. All right, let's get Wake Up Africa. What's going on, Wake Up Africa? Wake Up Africa, hop on.
Yeah, hello, Tariq. How you doing, man? You all right?
I'm good, man. What's going on? What part of Africa you from, brother?
West Africa, buddy.
There you go. What's on your mind?
Just a few questions I have for you. I don't know if that's okay. I mean, I just had some things I would like to clarify with you, just to kind of gain some kind of understanding. Are
All
you
right, let's get it. Go ahead.
okay? Yeah. First and foremost, let me ask Tariq, which of the African countries have you been to and when?
I've been to a lot of them. I've been to the Tanzania, South Africa's, Zanzibar, Zimbabwe, Egypt, Ethiopia. I've been to a few. I've been to a few. Go ahead.
Okay. You went for the purpose of tourism, correct?
Tourism, basically. Yeah. And then some people brought me out for a lecture. They brought me to Zimbabwe for a lecture. But yeah. But go ahead.
Okay. I mean, the reason I asked that is if somebody saw you during your trip in Africa and then said to you, "Oh, Tariq, I think the reason why you're here is because you're running away from your country and you've come here to earn a living," what would you think of such individual, knowing by yourself that the reason you're there is different from what that person is saying? What would you think of such individual if you hear such thing by yourself? What would be
It's
your
too much
opinion?
what that's too much of a whataboutism, and it's all over the place. So what's the point? Because the whataboutisms is it's going over my head. What's the point of what you're trying to say, sir? Let's get to the
I
point.
said the reason I say that is I listened to, especially when you're talking about a few individuals who spoke, and then you said the reason they have to flee their country is because they
Yeah,
have to come to America to make money. Correct?
right.
Now,
Which is true.
to my understanding, right, there is no country in the world, be it Japan, America, China, everyone is everywhere making money. Anywhere they find the opportunity to make money, they make money. That doesn't then mean that where they are from, right, there is no economic growth or that there's no money there to be made. People go for opportunities based on what they know. So I do not think that you're right when you say or when you imply that people go to America because America is the only place they can survive in life. I think that particular idea is incorrect. Tariq, don't you
I
think
didn't
so?
say. Oh, I didn't say that. I think you can survive in your own homeland, but too many of you choose not to. And the problem is, this is the problem. The problem is when people come here because of what we've done to help them get here. And you got to roll them Uber windows up, brother. You got to roll them. You got to roll the windows up. The windows are killing me. The problem is when people come here after we've helped them, they have a tendency to speak negatively on us and try to denigrate us on our homeland and then tell us what we're not supposed to get. That is a major problem, and we're checking anybody who has that mindset. No, sir, brother, them Postmates orders are going to have to go on pause,
Hmm.
brother. Do I
Sorry,
need to let you, brother?
yeah?
Okay.
Sorry, I can hear you. I'm just
Can you
wondering
can
if
you roll your window up at least in your Uber?
bro, I'm walking on the street, unfortunately. I'm just walking back home, so I'm not in Uber, unfortunately. So that was the
Okay.
wrong
Yeah,
guess.
damn, brother. It's a lot of high activity. What city are you in with all them cars out this time of night? What city you in?
It's not time of the night. You live in a different continent. So where I am, it's about 8:43 in the morning, Tariq. So we have different
Oh,
times. And does that make sense? So you
if
might
it's
be at
8:43,
night time. It's 8:43 a.m. where I am. Maybe
oh,
that's
you
why.
must be in Britain. Wait, are you in Britain? Because it's 8:43 in Britain right now. Are you in Britain?
Well, if you check your time well, you can understand that both Nigeria and Britain has the same time when it's summertime.
Oh, okay.
Does
So
that make
so are
sense?
you
Yes.
are you
But
in
I'm in
Britain? I'm
Britain.
asking you again.
I'm in Britain as I speak. Yes.
There you go. All right, that's what I thought. All right, you know, that's what I thought. There you go. All right. So, my man, but you get the point. And look, I love the brothers in Britain.
Um,
I love them over there. I got a lot of respect for them because they show me a lot of love over there in Britain and the UK. They show a lot of love to me.
wow.
But
So you come
what
here.
happened? Oh, yeah. Well, I'm banned from Britain. They don't let me in there now. They banned me from Britain. But I used to go and I love to go over there. And I'm trying to get the ban lifted off me so I can go back there. But the problem, like I said, we only have a problem with the tether class who come here and try to undermine us. We don't really have a problem. Yeah. And now, are you from Nigeria or are you
Okay. Yeah.
Caribbean?
Go on. Sorry.
I'm saying now
I'm a
because you kind of sound Caribbean.
I'm a Nigerian.
Okay, you're Nigerian. But okay, you kind of sound Caribbean. Okay, all right,
Okay.
all right, brother. But anyway, man, thank you so much. So let me get some more people because all them cars driving by. I don't want him to get hit. And- all right. I still think he's probably driving an Uber. I don't even think he's walking. I think he's over there in Britain driving a British Uber. I don't think he's walking. I think he's delivering orders. He's delivering some damn jerk chicken to somebody right now and some egg McMuffins. Let's get some other folks in here. We got a lot of folks in here. And by the way, guys, y'all need to check out the movie American Maroon at american-maroon.com. You guys get the American Maroon Blu-ray. It looks great on Blu-ray. If you want to see the movie American Maroon in high definition, that Blu-ray is real crisp and you should get a tangible copy to have. American Maroon is a phenomenal film. My latest film, american-maroon.com. That's where you can watch the film. American-maroon.com, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get some more people in here. Hey, we got a lot of tethers. A lot of tethers in here. Okay, there are a lot of tethers in the building. Let's get Saint the Rager, whatever his name is. Saint the Rager. Hop in, Saint the Rager. All right, Saint the Rager. Hop in.
What's up, Tariq? Um, I was gonna ask, did you see that thing about Nick Fuentes on that Fresh and Fit podcast?
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna save that till tomorrow to unpack that. Yeah, thank you, brother. I'm gonna save that to tomorrow on my Sunday show with Nick Fuentes. It was a whole bunch of quote unquote sisters all hugged up with Nick Fuentes. That's a whole. I'm gonna delve into that tomorrow. That's too much to unpack. Beth, Miss Beth, hop in, ma'am.
Oh, this is going to be off topic. Okay.
Uh oh. Uh oh.
I just want
Go ahead, Beth.
to I'm curious. Is anybody paying attention to what's going on in the skies at all?
Like what? What do you mean, Beth?
Well, they've been spraying the skies for the last, I don't know, 10, 15 years. We haven't been paying attention. We look up, we say, oh, it's a cloudy sky. It's hazy.
Beth,
Yes?
did somebody sell you mushrooms today, Beth?
No.
Okay, Beth. I know this is the middle of the month and a lot of the drugs are kind of stepped on. They don't have the good drugs right now, but you're going to have to wait till the first of the month to get the good drugs, ma'am. They're not giving you the streets, Beth. They're not giving you good drugs, but wait till the first of the month, Beth. Thank you so much. All right. Lord. Okay, let me get some more folks in here. Please don't let them step on your dope. Okay. Those are there too. Okay. Let's see. Um, let's get let's get I don't know what your name is, bro. Okay. Um I'm not gonna try to pronounce your name. It starts with an A, brother. I don't know how to pronounce that. The brother with the name that starts with an A. Hop on if you can.
Yeah, it's Aeschylus.
Aeschylus. Okay, that's an interesting name. Where you from? Is that a Greek name? No, no, no,
Yeah,
no,
it's
no. That's
well, it's a Greek name. It's a name that's given to me as sort of like it's a nickname, really.
okay.
But I'm Kenyan.
You're from Kenya.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, so what's on your mind, brother?
yeah. My question to you is this, right? Obviously, you are a Black American man who wants to talk about, the struggles of the Black American community, the improvements, the gains, the changes that have occurred. And you want to talk about, tether groups, these groups that wish to attach themselves to you guys, to attach themselves to your glory, your success, and, attribute it to themselves, right? But my question is this, I really do not see the growth in the Black American community that you are talking about. I don't see it because I look at, for example, I give you this. I look at the SAT scores, the gap between blacks and other groups in America, right? Not just the Black Americans, but also the immigrant groups. I don't see great improvements. There was a very big IQ test administered. Said IQ test administered very recently. I think it was last year. Big project, millions put into it, and Black Americans did not perform very well. Average IQ of 83 compared to some other groups which are much higher. I'm,
Oh, okay.
and this to me, I also see other Black Africans underperforming in the States as well. But my question is, these changes, I feel like as a group, Black Americans, yes, the best of the blacks in the world, right, for sure, better than most of us. But I feel like as a group, we're still stagnant. What are your thoughts on that?
Okay. Well, the thing is, foundational Black Americans, we're fine. First of all, we're doing better than other groups, especially from places where you come from, because you guys completely failed where your homelands are to the point where not only do you flee, you have to be dishonest about where you're from. Like you're not Kenyan. That's not a Kenyan accent. You're from somewhere else. So you're not even proud enough of your
No, no.
homeland to even admit.
I grew up in Estonia, and I grew up in southern Ukraine, in Crimea, in Alushta.
Right. Right. Why did you say you're from Kenya?
That's what I'm ancestrally from. I'm half Kenyan. My father is Kenyan, and we take our father's side.
What's your mother?
My mother is Crimean, from Novfedorovka, in southern Ukraine.
Right. Yeah, that's a Southern Europe. That's like that's an Eastern European accent you have. Yeah. So you didn't want to say that, and I'm really doubting the Kenyan part. But the thing is, over there in your homeland, even in the southern Ukraine, it's not popping over there. I've been to Eastern Europe and Greece and all of those places. That's why your name is Greek, by the way. Y'all live over there in poverty. Y'all guys are struggling and starving over there. So you don't even use your whiteness to its fullest advantage. So y'all can't sit here and talk about what foundational Black Americans are doing. Now, where are you now? You're here in the United States now, are you? Aren't
No,
you?
I'm actually in. Well, I'm not in the United States. Since the war, I've had to move elsewhere. I'm in Turkey right now, Ankara, beautiful city.
Right, right, right. Yeah, yeah, that accent again, yeah. So you guys, you primarily identify as European, probably. I really doubt that whole Kenyan thing. I just really doubt that because that accent is too Eastern European. But yeah, y'all got to get together over there. Y'all don't really have it popping over there in none of your homelands. So we're doing better than that. I'll say that. No matter how we're doing over here, we go through whatever we go through. But we, as foundational Black Americans, we are rooted in our strong, deep culture and our resilience, and we're fine. Our problem is we try to help all of these other groups who then turn around and talk about what we need to do. Y'all need to start fixing your homeland. That's what you guys need to do. And then come talk to us about progress. But thank you so much. All right. Yeah, that wasn't no Kenyan accent. Yeah, see, these guys all over the place. They flee from one country to a damn another. They flee all over the damn world and then talk about what foundational Black Americans, the SAT scores, niggas, stop it. All right, let's get some more people in here. All right, we got a lot of folks. Yeah, where are my UK people? Shout out to everybody in the UK. All right, get what's your name, man? Kayak. What's up, Kayak? What's up? I see brother Marcel Dixon down there. Black Voltron down there. Kayak, hop on, man. It's a lot of lovely ladies down here, or either y'all profiles are fake, but the ladies are real lovely tonight. Shout out to the lovely ones, or shout out to your lovely profiles. Y'all might be big, husky, and musty.
Yo, Tariq,
Kayak.
how are you,
Hey,
brother?
hey, Kayak, how are you?
Good. Do you remember me?
No, I don't, unfortunately. Where do I know you from, ma'am?
I was a sister, Somali sister from Australia that you spoke to. Remember?
I don't. I don't remember. How long ago was this, ma'am?
This was like probably like a few months ago. And you started roasting that guy from Somali Pirates when I got off.
Oh, okay. Well, I roast them all the time.
Oh
So
yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
listen.
look, so I live in Australia, right? And
Yeah,
over here they're even starting to talk about like reparations for like Indigenous Australians, right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
they try to like link it to reparations for Black Americans, saying that because it's not feasible over there, it won't be feasible here because white Australians are racist as hell here. Um,
yeah,
and they keep on trying to like talk about woke, and I realize that they link everything in with woke because I googled woke, and Marcus Garvey used a term like back in the day, like before any LGBT crap and all this other gender studies and stuff. So why do you think they're trying to use a Black liberation term and then link it with like all this other stuff that conservatively Black people aren't even for?
Right, right. Well, they try to use things as code words. Woke is like a euphemism for black folks. So it's almost like the word thug a few years ago, they would use thug as a euphemism for black people. So they try to use all of these little anti black code words. So instead of attacking a black person, it's like, we're going to attack woke. We're going to have a war on woke. So they use it as a code word and a proxy. So anything they don't like that's associated with black people, just say it's woke and then just attack the word woke. We're going to make woke illegal in school. So what's woke? Woke is whatever we say it is. I'm white and I say so. So that's an old tactic that they use, old white supremacist tactic. All right, let's get who we got? Let's see. We got a lot of folks in here. Y'all raise your hand if y'all want to get on, because I got a lot of folks in here. Let's get this person arrogant. Let's get arrogant in here. I'm trying to get some new faces in here.
Oh,
What's up, arrogant?
yo, what's going on, Tariq? What's up with you, man? I fuck with your
I'm
videos,
chill.
bro.
That's what's up, man. I love it. What's on your mind, brother?
Nah, I'm just showing love, bro. I've been watching your videos heavily recently, though. I fuck with you, though, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Man, I
It's all
thank you so
good.
much, brother. Thank you so much. All right, let's get Chatical Coder. Chatical Coder. What's up, Chatical Coder?
Afternoon. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. What's up, Chatical?
Oh, not much. I mean, it's a couple of things. Um, I mean, that lady mentioned woke. I wouldn't use it to describe anything black. I'd actually describe it to, or I'd use it to describe things that are like Jewish in nature. Like transgenderism is a Jewish creation, a Jewish phenomenon. That's what like a lot of them are using it to describe. But the funny thing about woke
That
though is used to describe
that
like
doesn't make
things. What's up? What do you say?
okay. I said that kind of didn't make sense, but go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, but the other thing too, and the funny thing about woke is it's what's like a transient adjective. It's like used to describe things that like at first I remember back in like 2016, people were using it to mean like, oh, I'm woke, like I understand the nature of the world around me. It's not like the way that the media would portray it to be, where things are like not exactly how, or not exactly like what they seem like. It seemed like it could be a like a right wing white people word, and then gay people started adopting it at a certain point to say that like like they're woke about like the oppression that they encounter in the society and stuff. And so it's something that's been co-opted and used by a lot of different groups. Actually, it's kind of like an interesting
Right.
thing to do. Um, what's
Now,
up?
where are you from, bro?
I honestly, I'm from all over the United States. I move state to state. I'm in a different state about every 6 months right now. I'm in California.
Got it. All
But
right, my
well, I
man.
do have one question though. And so
Go ahead.
this
Go ahead.
this lady, she mentioned the Nick Fuentes appearance. Would you ever do a debate with him? I'd kind of like enjoy seeing y'all go toe to toe. I think you could beat him.
Yeah, the thing is, he's a troll, so it would immediately get into some troll shit. So it wouldn't even be worth it. He's already there's a couple of reasons why I wouldn't debate him. Number one, he would just troll as a way to tap out, and number two, even if I debunk him, it doesn't affect him because in mainstream white society, he's not accepted because he's a known white supremacist. So he doesn't have a reputation to diminish. See, it's only good to debate somebody when their reputation is on the line. He's a clown within white society. Nobody takes him seriously.
Well,
So
the
debating
thing
him
about
only just
debate though is it's about the audience. It's not about the two people going toe to toe. It's about
no,
swaying
no,
the
no,
people that are listening, right?
no, no. It's about the people because if I debunk him, and make an idiot out of him, it doesn't hurt him. So all that does is give him clout. That just gives him more trolls to hop on his platforms and check him out. So it's a pointless endeavor. It only gives him clout. And that's why a lot of these white supremacists, they are semi trolls because white supremacy, that's nothing that you can really debate on a serious manner. They always have to impose it with an iron fist or these people who try to argue these white supremacist talking points, it's always one sided. and the so-called debate platforms are troll spaces. It always turns into a troll space because you can't argue these white supremacist talking points in a logical manner. I like to go against people who have something to lose. People like the William Shockleys of the world. See, when you debate people like that and get them to spew their white supremacist views, see, they have something to lose. I'll give you an example. One of our good sisters, our scholar warriors, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, she debated William Shockley on television back in the 70s. And our brother Neely Fuller was trying to tell her, hey, look, you want to get him out the paint, you got to start getting him to talk about the solutions. That's what's going to get him out the paint. At the time, William Shockley was a very well respected like scientist, and he was kind of respected guy in the scholarly circles. He had sponsors, and he was kind of a thing. He did an interview with Playboy, and somebody asked him one of those questions that Neely Fuller suggested about what's the solution for black folks. And then this dude started going into stuff about black people being sterilized and all this stuff. And when he said that, all of a sudden his funding dried up, his ass fell off. He lost something of value by getting put into a trick bag with his talking points because he was a serious person. So those are the kind of people I like to go after. The people
Well,
who have something to the white supremacist trolls, it's a win-win situation for them. Even if they lose, they get clout. So that's a win-win. So that's pointless. And, I don't do troll spaces.
yeah,
You
I
feel
get
me?
that. I get that. But what I
Yeah.
do have to say though is like the sterilization thing, like that argument. I feel like that's already been like the status quo, kind of like what they've been trying to push. You know, like wasn't that what the lady who invented Planned Parenthood's like whole fucking goal was? You know, that's been going
Right.
on for
Right.
years, right?
Margaret
Yeah.
Margaret Sanger. That's exactly, yeah. That was the whole goal of Planned Parenthood, to sterilize black people. So yeah, and that was part of the eugenics movement. And William Shockley was a part of the eugenics movement too. And a lot of these people pushing this LGBT stuff, a lot of them are connected to what would be the eugenics movement and Planned Parenthood, and it's a real heavy dynamic. So that's why people need to check out the movie Buck Breaking. We go into a lot of that stuff in the Buck Breaking movie. But anyway,
Um,
but well, yeah. Any more questions, brother?
yeah, yeah. Before I go, I mean, so you said that you're going to get into Nick's thing tomorrow or something. Are you doing a stream on that? Are you going to be like reacting to it, or what are you
Well, I'm
planning
gonna
on
talk
doing? I'm
about
just
it on my
curious.
yeah, I'm gonna talk about it on my Sunday's joint. So you sound like a fan. You're a fan of Nick Fuentes?
How do I put this? I think that a lot of what
That,
he says
yeah.
is
Okay.
very
Okay.
legitimate. It's like,
Okay.
the
Okay.
Jewish
Oh.
thing is what I'm saying. It's like I think that
Okay.
he
Let's
hits a nail
unpack
on the head
this.
with a lot of that.
Okay. Let's unpack something. Um,
Yeah, what's up?
where's your family from?
Kind of all over. Mom's like
And
Ethiopian.
nobody's
Dad's
no,
like, what's up?
your dad. Well, your mom is Ethiopian, and your dad's
Yeah,
what?
I'm like German, Venezuelan, and Japanese actually. Kind of like a amalgamation of
God.
all those things.
Right. And that's why we have to delineate. See, this is why foundational Black Americans delineate, because if you're sitting up here co signing Nick Fuentes, who has spoken a lot of vitriolic things about Black people, and you're sitting up here cockeying and kikiing with that, that would make you a tether.
Well, I mean, I don't necessarily support everything the guy said, but like I said, I think he hits the nail on the head with the Jewish stuff that he does mention.
Okay.
You know, a lot of
Do
it's
you
kind of
think do you
what's up?
believe his views about Black people having low IQs and all of that? Do you believe that?
I mean, I think that some of this stuff can bear out. I've met a lot of dumb white people in my life. You know,
Sir,
I've lived in a lot of
don't.
different states, and
Okay.
so.
Okay.
But the other thing too, and this is like something that's interesting, is
Okay,
I went to
okay,
private and
okay. I'm not going to let you plebiscite babble. You're not going to do that. I asked you a very specific question. Do you believe that there is some truth to the whole thing about Black people having lower IQs? Do you believe there's any truth to that? Without plebiscite babble, that's a yes or no question. And Nick Fuentes is big on that. Go ahead.
well, like IQ is pattern recognition and the ability to learn. Do I think that it's like equal across the board for everybody? No. And so what I would think is that, possibly I haven't really like looked into any like the numbers or the data on any of that.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
I'd be inclined.
Okay. Okay. Let me ask you this, because that's a yes. You do believe that some of that's true. That's a yes. Do you believe that the IQs of Ethiopians, your lineage, is different from foundational Black Americans? Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I haven't looked into any of the data on it. Um, I wouldn't know how to like make a judgment on that. It's like it's honestly just not something I've really looked into.
Yeah.
I would say like maybe, I don't know, it would
Okay.
depend what the data like what the data say, you
Got
know
it.
what I mean?
Okay. So that means genetically and ethnically, you're different from foundational Black Americans. We're all not just Black folks, right?
Well, I mean, I never claimed that I was foundational. I
No, no,
never
no, no,
ever
no. I did
claimed
not
that
know that.
everybody's the same.
But,
Like I think that
but
there's differences among all groups of people.
right. But we're different.
Like Asians have like the highest IQ measurement, but they also have like a lack of creativity, you know?
That Nick Fuentes says that same shit. You're using his talking points. He uses the same analogy. So you agree with a lot of the
Well,
stuff
there's
he
that
says.
map, right? Like this is there's been something that's like measured, right? And IQ is not like it's not how smart you are, right? It's like your ability to learn and recognize patterns, right?
Right.
So it's
Right.
not even like a condemnation to say that like someone has low
Yes,
IQ.
it
It just
is.
might mean that they would need to work
Yes, it
harder
is.
to achieve the same thing that
No,
somebody else would have a higher
no,
IQ, right?
no, no. That's not true. It is a condemnation. It's used to justify anti-Black racism, right? That's the whole purpose of it. That's meant to justify practicing anti-Black racism. It is a condemnation. That's the only reason they use it. They literally don't use it for no other reason other than to ultimately justify practicing anti-Black racism.
Well, I think it could be justified, or I think it could be used to justify allocation of certain resources and like teaching habits and
Right.
ways of
Okay.
like imparting
So,
information to people. You know, if like
okay.
if
Okay.
everybody's not like
Slow
equal from
down.
the beginning,
Slow down. Let's unpack that, because if you're going to use that to justify resource allocation, why don't they, if they keep saying how low Black people's IQs are, why do they keep depriving us of resources? Because if our IQs were so low, that means we don't know no better. So if we are inherently handicapped, you should take care of people who are handicapped. You should allocate more resources to them. Instead, they deprive us of resources, right?
well, I mean, again, it's like IQ is the ability to pattern recognize and learn. And so, like, I would think that that would like equate to perhaps
Right.
giving Black people like another 2 years of high school or something like that to
Well, no,
like
no, no. We
catch
no,
up. Does that make sense?
no, it doesn't make sense,
Like,
because you would have to give, if people are inherently handicapped, you would give them more tangible resources in order to help them. You would take care of that group instead of punishing and abusing and depriving them of resources.
well,
If
but
they
does
were,
giving money, does
yes, money.
giving money correlate to higher scores, though, is the question.
No,
Like,
forget how, because
people get,
if
go
your
ahead.
IQs are inherently low, that means this is a handicapped group that has to be taken care of. And you can give them the best of everything, and they're still not going to rise up. They deprive us of stuff. And if we're already handicapped inherently, and then you're depriving us of more things, you're handicapping us even more. Therefore, the IQ argument is used to further handicap and disenfranchise and deprive us, right?
When you say like deprive, I want to unpack that because I mean, I feel like I have a different experience than a lot of people. I would really like to understand this. Like, I want to understand 100% where you're coming from on this. Like, what do you mean by that?
Economic deprivation. We get deprived of resources in economics. We get deprived every day. In fact, there was a big case today with the Tulsa survivors, the people who were the survivors of the Tulsa race massacre, where there was a bunch of successful black people and they had their successful community bombed and burned to the ground. There are people who are still alive from that. They're in court now, 100 years later, and a judge threw the case out. They're like, no, nothing to see here. That's called economic deprivation. We get that
Well,
all the
I
time.
I actually looked into that. That's a very interesting talking point that I've heard thrown around a lot, and so I started like doing a deep dive into it. I
What
mean,
what
do
what
you know
what
like
talking?
the full like scope of what actually happened there? Because not a single bomb went off, right?
What are you talking about?
No, I'm asking you about Tulsa. I mean, like what happened was there was a nightclub that was being illegally run. Cops showed up to bust it and shut it down, and then they started attacking the police with like beer bottles. And then what happened was, I think like the death toll was like 28 people or like 40 people or something. It wasn't like 1,000 or it wasn't, you know what I mean? It was like relatively small, and the
No, it
casualties
was.
were actually like half white, half black.
That's not true.
So I mean, where are you getting your information on this from? I'm just like
The
like again, I'm curious. I'm curious to hear where you're coming from.
there are pictures and actual motion picture videos from the riots or the massacre. I won't even say a
Okay,
riot.
but was there like a bomb that went off?
Yeah, they dropped bombs from planes. They dropped several bombs.
Can you actually link that like in the jumbo? I'm super curious, like because I mean, again, it's like I've heard a lot of like conflicting stories on this, and that's why I'm curious. It's something that I'd like to like be able to package up and finally like set away and be like, okay, I know exactly what went on there.
There's actual pictures of the whole destroyed area. How do you think that area was destroyed on the way?
Well, was it post hoc or was it pre? Like, was it like is there video of it happening or is it like the aftermath? And places can be destroyed without bombs. Like, you know, you can like break windows, you can, you know, set fire to things. That's not like a bomb, right? I'm like, again, I'm just like, trying to be accurate.
Several of the eyewitnesses said there were bombs dropped down on them. Were all of those people lying?
I don't know. I didn't look into those testimony. I didn't see those. Like, I mean, again, I
But
looked into it and
several
I didn't see anything about that. And that's
several
why I'm
people,
curious.
several eyewitnesses, and some of the people are still alive, said there were bombs dropped. Several people said that, and you look at the place and you can see that it was clearly bombed. So, are the
Where can I find this? I'm very curious.
any book about the Tulsa, like literally any book about that riot, you can find that. Every story, every article, every book about it, this has been said. This is common knowledge.
Okay. I guess I'll continue my search on that. This has been very enlightening, though. I do appreciate the time that you've given me, man.
All right.
It's always interesting talking with you, bud.
Yeah.
I'm going to be watching your stream tomorrow. I'm curious what you
Thank you
got to say.
so much. Okay. And I let him go on. FBA family. Do y'all notice how these tethers try to act dumb? That's another that's another deceptive act. All right. This tether is very deceptive. And I want y'all to notice a pattern with a lot of the tethers who called up. They all call up and act dumb. Tariq, nigga, brother, I'd like to know if I'm just trying to get an understanding. I just want to know. I don't know. They always do the I don't know. They sit up here and play dumb. Just like the caller who was in Britain, he was trying to play dumb and talking about what's going on in Africa. And I figured out, I'm like, wait a minute, there's a lot of traffic there. And I can hear all the traffic in the background. And where are you from? Are you in Britain? Well, the Nigeria and Britain has the same time zones. Oh, nigga, where are you? In Britain. Yeah, yeah. You're in Britain, dude. I can tell just by the background sounds. Yeah, you fled. You fled from your homeland too. If you, These guys call up and play dumb and act like they don't know nothing. And let me tell you something. That's a warfare. That's a time wasting thing. They use time wasting just like the white supremacists do. Watch out for tethers who try to play dumb. That's a very passive aggressive act. That whole thing about, first of all, he's a big fan of Nick Fuentes. When I asked him about the IQ thing, this dude agrees with all of that. This is one of these wannabe white tethers who sit around these white supremacist circles, just like the fresh and fit dudes, these East African tethers who sit around the alt right, gobbling up their talking points, thinking, okay, yeah, they're talking about blacks, but they're talking about those blacks over there. They're talking about them. So they sit there just like fresh and fit, cacaing and kikiing with these damn white supremacists. And then when we say we don't want to be associated with you niggas, xenophobia. Oh no, nigga. We the same niggas. No, we ain't. This is why we delineate. This is why we look at ourselves and acknowledge our lineage and take pride in our lineage because we're different. We don't sit up there cowardly cacan and kikiing with these damn white supremacists like that and pussyfooting around with their little talking points. And even with the Tulsa thing, that sounds like some shit that the white supremacists done cooked up where they try to deny all the stuff that they've done. Well, I didn't know that. I don't think there were bombs dropped. Stop it. What are you talking about? This is common knowledge. They clearly dropped bombs on that place. What's this damn denial nonsense you're trying to pull? This is why we don't need tethers in our mix when we discuss things that are pertinent to foundational Black American empowerment. We don't need spokespersons who are non FBA representing us. This is why we don't. Because they have dual allegiances. Some of these people have secret vitriol towards us. And this is why anytime somebody comes out here trying to speak for us, we say, hey, wait a minute. Where's that dude from? We need to check some paperwork here. We are not allowing any non FBA person to really be our spokespersons. That's the reason why. And when you look at a lot of these articles about certain things that's pertaining to Black society, notice they get a lot of tethers to write about our experiences. And they always put some kind of degenerate twist on our experiences as if we're supposed to support degeneracy. There's an article that they wrote about Kiki Palmer about how, and I'm going to talk about this more in depth tomorrow, talking about how Black women are speaking out against Black men who are trying to force them to act respectable. And this article was such a degenerate hit piece on Black society, and they got some non FBA tether to write the article. We have to call that stuff out. I don't want nobody who ain't FBA representing us or speaking for us. I don't want nobody from a failed culture to speak for me at all because you don't really understand and comprehend our experiences. You don't come from our lineage. We have a certain lineage, we have a certain way of carrying ourselves, we have a certain way that we get down that you are not privy to. You just know peripheral stuff about our culture. And I don't like people misrepresenting us. Y'all don't let us go over there and misrepresent you. Y'all don't let us go over there and try to represent you at all. I have a major problem with that. And we have to check people who try to represent us and misrepresent us under just being Black. So we ain't doing that everybody Black stuff because everybody, as you saw, that guy here, this Ethiopian dude, sitting up here with these white supremacists. Everybody ain't on the same mindset. And this dude, the Ethiopian guy, he's probably darker than all of us. You see, we got to check that stuff. All right, let's get Loke Choco. Loke Choco, hop on, man. Loke Choco. While we're waiting on Lo Choco, let's get Dan the man. Is Dan the white man? What's up, Dan the man?
How you doing, Mr. Nasheed?
What's up, Dan? Okay, this sounds like a brother trying to sound white. What's up, Dan?
I'm doing good, sir.
Dan, where you from? This sounds like a black man trying to sound white. Where you from, Dan?
South Carolina.
All right, brother. Why are you pretending to be white?
I wanted to. I knew that was the only way I'd come up here. But I really wanted to get your viewpoints on socialism.
Okay. All right, let's get some more people on here, man. Come on, dude. Goofy ass. That's the worst accent. Nigga, you sound like you just ate a pig foot. Stop it. That was horrible acting, brother. Very horrible. All right, let's get Assad Ra. Let's get Assad Ra in here. Hey, y'all don't be in here cosplaying. Come on, man. Assad.
What's going on, brother? What's going on, my sisters?
What's up?
How y'all doing?
My man, how are you, sir?
I'm doing well, man. I'm up at 3 a.m. Hammond, Indiana police out here trying to heart attack my family.
Oh, damn. What out there?
Man, you know, when you targeted and people got their meritorious manumission, you gotta stand your ground. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, brother. Well, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. Let's see who else. Who is this? Mr. Iconic? Who is that? Mr. Iconic? Mr. Iconic, want to hop on there? Because you changed your screen name. All right, man, I'm going to get you out of here. I'm just get you out the thing. All right. Let me see. We got a lot of folks in here. Let's get Paul Allen. Paul Allen in here. How many folks we got in here right now? All right, shit, damn near 1,000. Up late. I know it's like 3 something, damn near 4 something on the East Coast. All right, what's up on Paul?
What's up, Tariq? How you doing?
I'm good, Paul. What's on your Paul? What city you in, by the way? What city you in?
I'm in Texas.
All right. Have you called in before? You sound
I've
familiar.
spoke to you a couple times, actually.
Okay, I think I remember. What's on your mind?
Oh, not a whole lot, man. I'm just, I'm up late. Just thought I'd stop in an FBA space and see what you guys are talking about.
Man, we're just chopping it up, doing what we do, man. But anyway, man, thank you so much, Paul. I appreciate you. All right, let's get E Rose in. Arrows, I think that's your name, man. Arrows.
Hello, hey Tariq.
Hey, Rose, how are you, dear?
I'm wonderful. I'm calling from Memphis. It's late.
Yes, indeed.
Don't have too much, but I just want to say that you have really changed my life. I have been listening to you literally since 2020, since the pandemic, and I
Yeah.
feel like I've listened to all your uploads, everything on YouTube for sure. But I just want to say that I think you are amazing, and I just keep up everything you're doing. I have definitely been trying to put my family on. Everybody's not ready for you and the truth
Yes,
that
ma'am.
you bring, but I am definitely just a you're definitely a big inspiration to me. This is a blessing for me to just even to be able to say this to you. I can't believe you answered.
Yes,
I cannot believe you
yes,
answered.
indeed.
I'm sorry. My
Yes,
children are up
yes,
right now.
indeed.
I'm sorry.
Oh, them babies to bed. Yes,
I'm
indeed. Well, thank
trying, but I just want to tell you, thank you. I appreciate you, and you're amazing, awesome, and I just love you and thank you very much. And I just want to know, I'm just let you know I'm listening, I'm paying attention. So thank you.
there you go. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate that. Miss Arrows. Miss Arrows, were you trying to throw something at a player? Lovely lady. Shout out to Miss Arrows. Shout out to Miss Arrows. Lovely sister. All right, let's see. Let's see. Let's get Giancarlo. Giancarlo. Giancarlo, hop on. What's up, Giancarlo?
Yo, I just want to tell you, like, people will never preach for like no American black. I think Spanish black, not Afro, just normal Ecuadorian. We fight different causes, but it's interesting. You have over here like 800 people in this, and this rhetoric you throw out. It's so interesting, bro. So fire for you.
Oh,
I would
oh,
love to
oh,
see your
oh,
growth and prosperity.
wait. Okay. First of all, slow down, because you're kind of babbling, and I don't even know what you're talking about. Okay, now what am I saying that you disagree with? Let's slow down without you trying to throw shots, because you're not very good at that. So what do you have an issue with that I've said tonight?
Like you advocate for like blacks that don't like represent Africa is so disrespectful. Like that's what the Zimbabwe, the whatever the ass licking person that you think you are, you're a disrespectful person. And you know what's crazy?
Okay, let's start over. Now, I know English is not your first language, Giancarlo, because you're not articulating yourself well. You keep trying to throw shots, and you're not articulating what you're trying to say. You keep trying to pass judgment, and you're fumbling and bumbling, and you're not really getting your point across. Now, what do you have a problem with what I've said? You keep saying you're making up stuff. All right, let's get to the nitty gritty. What do you not like about what I've said?
I like
Turn
how you're in the your American white daddy gets ignored by the African white daddy because that's what you like to play with. You like to play with colorism. You know what? I'm gonna leave the space out of grace and prosperity for
Okay.
you.
Well,
Because you
you're
are
drunk,
you're you
sir.
are
You're
you are
drunk.
a fool, bro. Promise you, you are.
You're drunk. Okay, you're drunk, and you're another fleer. You're another person. You can't even articulate why you're upset. You're upset because you fled, sir. And don't be upset with me. Fix your homeland, like we're telling all of these other people. You can't speak on me, a foundational Black American, a non-fleer. Sir, you're upset with me because we're calling out the fleer class. You shouldn't have fled, sir. Why don't you have that anger towards the people who caused you to flee your homeland? Go ahead.
Just like how you haven't gone back to your homeland.
I'm in my homeland, sir.
Okay,
I'm
cool,
in my
cool.
homeland.
What capital are you from? What state? You sound white. You sound like Northeast. You said you're from Cali.
You just babbling. I'm in my homeland, sir. My
You
family's been
sound
here for
Northeast, but you
100.
said California is your state. So what
Sir,
part?
the
San
United
Diego?
States,
Like where are you
the
from?
un,
I'm asking you like
the Uni-
Crenshaw. Like explain yourself.
the United States, sir.
No town, no
I
no
don't have
state,
a
no capital.
I don't I don't have a foreign flag like you do, sir, in a country that you ain't even in. Right? I have an American flag that was sewn by a foundational Black American girl named Grace Wisher initially. I have a flag in the country that my family built, sir. You have a flag where your family fled. Why are you not in the country that you fled from, sir? What's up with that? Why are you upset with me?
I'm gonna answer your question with a question. Can you tell me the full name of the Statue of Liberty?
Sir,
If you could tell me that,
you up here
I'll
just
you
babbling.
you you are 100%.
Not-
I am
Sir,
an
this is,
immigrant.
sir, this is not Tether Jeopardy. We ain't going to play that game. Can you tell me the name of the freeway you fled from to get the hell out of your homeland? What's the name of that freeway? Huh?
I think it's like a railroad in America. I think
Well, yeah,
started
you
in New
got the
Jersey.
hell
I,
on.
I believe. I
So
believe.
yeah,
I
when
believe. I think
when you go back and build up the homeland you fled from, then you can
it's
ask me a
okay,
question.
Tariq. I feel you. You don't want to see Black Ecuadorians in power. The Barcelona's in Spain, not in Ecuador. You're a little boy. It's okay.
What what are
It's
you
okay. It's
talking about,
okay.
sir? The only thing y'all got coming out of there is MS-13. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, sir? You talking about Barcelona, Spain? You ain't got nothing to do with Spain. Nothing. You can't go to Spain and claim Spanish. Stop it. What you talking about, Giancarlo?
I respect you, Tariq. I want to see them. I want to see
Yeah,
Blacks
they
in
changed
LA
that subject,
Rams.
huh?
Football.
Yeah. You changed that subject. You can't go to Spain. What you up here trying talking about Spain? You know good and well you can't go to Spain and claim Spain. They're not going to accept
Like I
you
said,
as
Tariq,
a citizen.
I am a full American. You just you speak
No,
your
you're
rhetoric,
not.
bro.
No, no, you're not. No. You have a foreign flag. You are a full foreigner, dude, who's ashamed of his homeland. That's why you fled, right? Right? Where you at, Giancarlo?
Shit, bro. I'm here on Route
Giancarlo?
21, Route 3, wherever you want to find me. Newark, Patterson, Elizabeth. I be in the trenches, bro. Most of your followers are from probably there. You should
But
resonate with them before you
you
try to
you
resonate with me. I was
you're in the trenches. You're in the trenches, except the trenches of your homeland. That's the only trench you're never in. You're never in those trenches, are you, Giancarlo?
Tariq, where are you from? Like, where's your born state? Like, please, I want to like dissect you, bro. Like,
The
I'm triggered.
United States.
I'm trying to see like where's your
The
socialistic
United
birth?
States. The United States is where I'm from. That's where I'm from. And I've lived in several states in the country that my family built, and my tax dollars go all around. I'm from all of the United States, sir. That's where I'm from. And I didn't flee the United States. I stayed right where my tax bracket and my tax dollars circulate, sir. That's how men do things. And I don't go to some other person's country and then try to complain about them. That's what I don't do.
I'm not here
Right?
complaining. I'm here like
Yes, you
you're
are.
insulting your lineage. Do you not understand yourself? Like you sound like a white supremacist, but a black person.
How?
Because you are like you do you hear this rhetoric? Do you think people buy that white rhetoric Jewish game? Do you
I
see
don't know what
yourself?
you're
Do you
talking
see
about.
yourself? Be honest with yourself right here. As
What's
an
wrong
American,
with my what rhetoric? Wait. What's wrong with my lineage and acknowledging my lineage? What's wrong with that?
nothing is wrong with that. But to hear to play this white and Jewish game in front of like different.
What the hell are you talking about? White and Jewish? I ain't said nothing about no damn Jewish people. What are you talking about? Why are you so upset with our lineage?
Okay, Tariq, you're right. You're right, Tariq. New York is this.
Why are you upset with our lineage, dude? Why are you so butthurt over our lineage and us acknowledging our lineage?
You're right, bro. Like this is why I respect the Jews because they really live with you guys in Brooklyn. They live with you, and they
Are you just saying? You just babbling, dude. You don't have no point. You're just saying weird shit. And that incoherent babbling is probably the reason why you had to flee, man. You can't get it together. You're confused. That's why you have to flee. Y'all can't get it together. You can't even get a sentence together, let alone a community. Lord, he's saying all types of random stuff. What are you talking about, dude? I got him out of here. I don't want to hear all that tether babble. Mad at us because we're acknowledging our lineage when you guys acknowledge your lineage all the time and praise your lineage. Like I said, we're the only group who, when we acknowledge our lineage, everybody gets butt hurt. Y'all have the Latin Day Parade, the Caribbean Day Parade, the Puerto Rican Day Parade, the Jamaican Parade, St. Patrick's Day. Everybody acknowledges their damn ethnic lineage, and it's fine. When we acknowledge it, everybody is threatened. That shows our power because now when we start acknowledging our lineage and we get on code, boy, people start shaking in them boots, don't they? Because they know some shit is going to get done. When we start acknowledging our lineage and getting on code around our lineage and our culture, because see, we're the ones, we got the real culture. We have the only significant global culture that's globally recognized, that has gotten things done with honor. See, the degeneracy that's thrown on us, it's always brought by outsiders. Let's get real for a minute. When we have degenerate stuff that happens in our society, foundational Black American society, notice it's always brought in by outsiders. It's always some outside influence. If there's a drug culture within our midst, the drugs are brought in from other people. It's brought in from foreigners. Even with the whole twerking stank culture that we got now, all of this open twerking nonsense, y'all know that was brought in by outsiders. That stuff was brought in the late 80s, to be honest, by Caribbeans. If you want to keep it a thou, I'm not trying to dump on you, Caribbean family, but remember, they were running around in the Caribbean. That was part of their culture, running around doing the carnival thing with the feathers and their ass out, running, twerking in the streets. That was a Caribbean thing that they brought in through Florida. And then it started spreading in our culture nationwide. But yeah, they brought that in, if we're going to keep it a thousand, and it was cute to see some asses shaking, like, oh, damn, look at that. And then it just rolled and snowballed. And now here we are. Here the hell we are. So a lot of the degenerate stuff was brought into our culture from outsiders. We got to keep it a buck and acknowledge this stuff, man. That's why a lot of the non-FBA people love to see the degenerate behavior continue. Look at all of these blogs and websites that promote degenerate behavior with Black people. It's always these Tether run blogs. Almost every popular blog that's out here that's supposed to be urban, run by Tethers. Almost every single one without a damn exception. Gossip, Madame Noir, Media Takeout, Shade Room, all of them. Now, Ebony and all of that shit is Tether run. If we're going to keep it a buck. And we're acknowledging this like, hey, man, how come all of these non-FBA groups are the ones kind of gatekeeping the information that's coming to our community, and they're reporting certain elements to the world? Why are these non-FBA people the spokespersons for our culture? We're questioning that, and we're saying enough is a damn enough. We're saying enough is enough. I don't want the fresh and fits speaking for Black society. You understand? That's who these corporate entities platform to speak for us, as us. They get some quote unquote Black people who have nothing but contempt for foundational Black American society. Yeah? Acting as spokespersons for us. The Jesus and Miro niggas. Corny ass folks acting as spokespersons for us. We're saying enough is enough. These cornballs, tethers, they got to go, man. I don't want these people representing us. And that ain't xenophobic. Y'all don't let us misrepresent you. We don't want you misrepresenting us. So I don't give a shit about y'all calling up mad. We're cleaning house, nigga. That's what it is. Y'all do not let us represent you at all. And when we're delineating and we're saying, hey, we don't want nobody misrepresenting us. And now we're going to focus on our lineage. And now we ain't doing the black and brown thing. That's what old dude was calling mad about. Because now you can't eat off the black and brown train. See, we're drying up a lot of these gravy trains. We done dried up the Pan-African train. We're drying up the black and brown train. We're drying up the minority coalition train. We're drying all of that up. Because we've been the only ones fueling it. You see? And now we're talking about doing some stuff specifically for us. Now the anger comes out. They can't even articulate the anger. The dude called up here saying random stuff. Hey, man, you say something about Africans and the Jews and leprechauns, man. What are you doing? You're a fool. What the hell are you talking about? He's just saying random shit that don't even mean nothing. Man, I've been on here for a long time, and we got how many people in here? 840 people at what, 2 in the morning. First, I need to get my ass to bed. And I know some of y'all, what time is it on the East Coast? 4, 5. It's almost 5 in the morning on the East Coast. So some of y'all got to get ready for Sunday school. Some of y'all are coming in from the club. Some of y'all are driving home from the strip club. So you still got stripper must on your clothes. Some of you are going home right now with that stripper must all on your crotch. And y'all got to get y'all bath on and get ready for church. All right. Let's get some other people here. Let's get Lachey. Let's get Lachey in here. Let's get a sister in here. And some of y'all brothers, I got that deodorant coming, so that'll help with the stripper must. If you get a musty stripper, hit up with some of that deodorant that we got coming out. We making this deodorant so that you can take it with you, and if somebody needs it, you can just hit them with it a little bit. What's up, Miss Jehudi?
I wanted to comment on what you was talking about, how they upset with us, and I think they're upset with us because someone, an African today, mentioned how we're afraid of competition with them. And it kind of dawned on me and the light bulb went off, and I'm like, oh, so that's what it's been. They feel like we're their competition when in reality, any and everything that we've got, we've been willing to share with them, and
Yeah,
they've infiltrated any and everything that we had to share with them, and the guys that take us down. So they've never really been allies like some of them claim to be. They've always been in hidden competition with us, and now they're upset
yeah,
because we peel back the veil on that, and they don't know how to take that because they're like, okay, well now, how do we attack them if we can't get inside?
real talk. That's exactly what it is. So they look at us as being another competitive tribe, just like over there in their homelands. They badger each other upside their head. They compete with each other. They backstab each other. Unfortunately, over there in these countries, they do not get together at all. These tribal beefs keeps everybody disenfranchised, and then unfortunately, they bring a lot of that over here and look at us as another tribe that they can undermine. Let's get Andrew in here.
Tariq, I want to hear more about the stripper musts. Tell me what that
Oh,
smells like. I'm unfamiliar.
the stripper must, man. It's a thing. It's a real strong scent, man. Andrew, where are you from?
I'm from New York, bro.
There you go. So what's on your mind, man? Besides stripper must, what else is on your mind?
Well, I was curious. There's a lot of vernacular that that you make very clear that I don't understand. So I'm kind of here to learn. And when I hear things about like the terminology like stripper must or going from the strip club to the church in a few hours, tell me about where that comes from, Tariq. Like, well,
Okay,
how is that so familiar to you?
okay. Well, shit. And I'm just throwing some stuff out there, but um, what really is on your mind? Because I don't want to get into non sequiturs. I mean, what we've had like a 2 hour conversation here about a vast array of things. So, what are some of the things that you really have a problem with? Because I don't want to get into semantics. What do you really have an issue with?
I don't know if I have an issue with much. I was wondering if you caught the new Fresh and Fit episode.
Right. Okay. So you're fans of Nick Fuentes and Fresh and Fit and all these guys, right?
Oh, I just wondered if Fresh and Fit seems more like it's up your alley. So I was wondering if you caught the episode.
Right. But you are a fan of Nick Fuentes, right?
Who's that? I have no idea who that is.
If you know who Fresh and Fit is, you know who Nick Fuentes is.
Oh, the guest they had on.
Yeah.
I thought he was a pretty handsome kid. Had a lot of great talking points.
Right.
I don't,
And
I'm not too familiar,
hold on.
so I was wondering what your.
Notice, like I said, how that Ethiopian dude and the white supremacist. This is a white supremacist, by the way. Notice how they try to play dumb and they get into the trolling thing. They play dumb and then they try to get into the trolling thing. All right. I'm just using you as a case study right now to kind of prove a point, Andrew. how a lot of the white supremacist tactics are with you guys. Y'all try to play dumb and then you get into the semi-trolling thing. That's why I told the guy earlier I wouldn't debate a Nick Fuentes because he would do what you're doing, just get into this goofy tap out trolling. Y'all troll to tap out. But anyway, Andrew, your trolling material is kind of fizzling out fast. I don't think you thought that you'd have to crash out so early. Any last words, Andrew?
I was just wondering if you caught the episode, wondering if you what your thoughts were on it.
I haven't heard it yet, and I don't listen to Nick Fuentes.
Oh, you're not doing one of the most popular shows on the internet. You're not going to listen to it. It's an Afrocentric show. I thought you'd catch it.
What's Afrocentric about it?
No, not about him. You keep fixating on this Fuentes character. I'm talking about the show. It's one of the most popular black shows in America, but you don't want to. It's not on your radar.
I don't listen to it. Why would I listen to them?
I don't know, because again, it's one of the most popular African American imprint on pop culture in America. So I
And
thought you would caught. I thought it was on your radar. That
and
seems like something you should be tracking.
crystal meth is a popular drug too, and I don't smoke it. So damn, just because something is popular with white supremacists, that doesn't mean that I want to indulge in it. So why would I indulge in that? It's popular with white supremacists.
Yeah, I mean, you just sort of proved the point on the non sequiturs, and Tariq, same old with you. The mask falls off. We got the IQ. It's the same old, buddy. So wish you do have a great night, man. I wish you the best.
Oh, okay. And by the way, okay, he bounced. Okay, yeah. See, he crashed out. The white supremacist trolls, they think they're slick, and then his trolling couldn't get no traction. Same as Tariq. Yeah, yeah. I wasn't falling for none of the troll bait. I caught on that he was a troll early on, so that just kind of that snatched the rug from his trolling. Because see, part of their trolling, it only works if you don't really realize that they're trolling. And I immediately caught on he was trolling, so it fizzled out real quick. Fuck, dude. You know what, Tariq? You listen to Nick Fuentes? Who is that, dude? Oh, stop it. The white supremacists are the same. These people, man, listen, this is why we go in on them. It's easy to debunk them. White supremacy is all about dominance. It's not about logic. You can logically destroy their talking points very easily, as we've seen. That's why they have to reduce themselves to trolling. And this is why we got to be on our square when we're dealing with white supremacy. It's not a logical thing. These people are not logical. It's run by brute force. And we got to understand that. And we have to understand that these folks are very insecure because power is a very tricky thing. Power can be toppled very easily if you don't really stay on top of your game. So they're very sensitive about what we're doing. That's why these white supremacists stay in our spaces, monitoring what we do. Have y'all noticed all the white supremacists that's been in here tonight, the last few hours? Why y'all think there's damn near 900 people in here in the middle of the night? Half of these people are white supremacists. They study what we do. They study us heavy. They study our culture. They study and know our culture more than we do. See, this is why I study what they study. And you know what they study? Us. Yeah. See, black folks get into this thing when ain't nobody supreme over me. I ain't thinking about these white peoples. I ain't thinking about these white supremacists. I'm gonna sit here and drink my lean and do me. I'm the king of my castle. Yeah. Right until one of these white supremacists shoots you. Oh shit, where Tariq at? Like, the main ones who ain't studying them are the main ones who get hemmed up. I study these white supremacists. I see everything they doing. They monitor us. I monitor them too. That's why they in here. They in here, and I'm over there watching your ass. I'm watching you. And one thing I noticed, boy, they study our culture. They study every nook and cranny of our culture, and they study. our past cultures, a lot of stuff that we didn't forgot about. That's why we got to start bringing a lot of stuff back to the forefront. Wait till y'all the deodorant that we have, the deodorant brand. The launch is coming in a few weeks. That's based on some of our ancient foundational Black American culture that the white supremacists they've been studying. They've been studying some of our medicinal practices that we used to engage in during slavery and during the Jim Crow era. We were really on top of our medical game as far as healing and all of that. We were really on top of our shit. And they studied that. They studied it then and they still study it. And they got us afraid of that. You know what I'm saying? They have us afraid of studying some of the cultures that we engaged in during slavery and after slavery, some of the stuff that we had going on. I'm going to go more in depth into it in a couple of weeks because that has a lot to do with the brand that we got coming out now. That has a lot to do with it. I'll keep you guys posted on that. But the new deodorant is coming. The new deodorant launch is going to be popping in the next couple of weeks. Y'all stay tuned for that. Um, Hidden History Museum, y'all need to come on down. HiddenHistoryMuseum.com. We got a couple of events coming up, so you guys need to come through Hidden History Museum and give your contribution. Everybody should give a recurring contribution to the museum to keep everything popping. Get the movie American Maroon at American-Maroon.com. Very good movie, ladies and gentlemen. Get your FBA flags at officialfba.com and get more information about our culture, foundational Black American culture, officialfba.com. Anyway, y'all, let me get out of here because we've been here for a long time. We've been up doing our thing. And I appreciate everybody for staying up. But damn, I'm looking at the time. We've been on for damn near 3 hours, family. We've been on here. And I appreciate all of you guys for staying up and chopping up game with me, man. Much love to you guys, man. And I will bid you a farewell in the foundational Black American Tut language, Papi Akute and Lula Vuve.